Hello.
No. Okay, hello, and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Renovision. Tonight, we've got a Clone Wars era / maybe Kenobi series / first comic appearance edition of Slab Cell Stash. And we'll also be talking about this week's Star Wars novel releases and if we're excited about them or just And we'll show off some pickups, maybe. We'll share the latest Star Wars HoloNet chit-chat and collectible conversation pieces. There's only one Star Wars comic to review this week, and that's Bounty Hunters 21. Also trivia, followed by decisions, where the odds of us running out of time before we get to it, 50-50. Let's get it going, fellas.
Yeah, Pete ain't here. All right, we ended the show that we started the show. That's how it's going to go today. Yeah. So apparently WrestleMania is 2 days long for some reason I don't understand, but Pete is not here because of that. So I will be doing all the running and the everything else, and I haven't ran the boards completely in that long of time, so I don't know. Ruben, good to see you. We're going to talk about something about Ruben later. He was first, but then his comments got raised, so now he's first again. Sticks, let's go. Good to see you. Tommy, when you're watching and replay, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the algorithm. Eric, good to see you. Obi, what's up? Ronnie, always a pleasure. I don't like Pete's jokes. Please don't slap. If you don't like Pete's jokes, please don't slap them. I won't. Dusty, what's good? Oh, that's not Pete, actually. That's me as the Renovision thing. Marv, Dusty's good. Ed's saying hi for the algorithm too. Appreciate it. Sith Rule. Hey, Sith. What's up? We like Sith here. Darth Lopez, good to see you. Wayseeker in early. Good to see you too. All right, so we do have an interesting show this week. Plenty of content to go around. The chat, on the other hand, got everybody confused. So not only do we not have Pete, but it might be a little bit ragtaggy together. Stick with us, though. I promise it will be worth it. Could you please go around the horn and tell them who is here, Jedi?
Okay, so his How to Get the Girl advice continued this week on Wednesday's tax show. Girls like guys with one blue and one green eye who wear polka dot onesies, of course, limp around cons with a pebble in their shoe, and explain Egyptian mythology. Sounds like hard times. It's Macho Man Marco. I didn't know they liked all that.
That's not how you. I don't even know if you watched the show on TAC because you seem to be making stuff up. All right.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So listen, all I can say is this. If you're going to buy the SOB stickers of this guy, buy them like he would. Always buy two, one to keep and one to share. Maybe with the seller who sends you the damaged Funko, or maybe use it to cover up some obscenities in a public restroom stall. We're just saying, use them responsibly. That's all. It's October and the hunt is on.
He's got a shirt with himself on it.
Here, one more time.
One more time. All right, moving on. Hey, he's the guru behind many IG self-help, such as You Can Stop, publishing Wild Spec anytime now, and Fix Your Reputation with just 5 minutes of research next time. And there's also 10 deep breaths before you post up stupid statements on your crappy app. It's the guy at peace behind the curtain, JJ Maxwell.
Yay.
And he once had a Will Smith, Chris Rock moment of his own while at the Jedi Academy. While performing at the annual Jedi talent show, he made a mild joke about, at Yaddle's expense, saying that he couldn't wait to see her in Muppets Take Mos Eisley Part 2. Yoda laughed at first and walked up on stage and hit him in the shin with a stick. Yeah, that was me, Jedi Johnson 22. They didn't kick him out either. All right, let's get it going. Let's go, guys.
right, saying hi to Nerd Alert. What's going on? And also saying hi to Steve Horn. No, I think I don't even know if you're gonna shill some VHSs. You might have to. That's a different channel.
We just covered Beta.
Yeah, Betamax. All right.
8-track tapes.
God, I can't believe you're wearing that shirt. That's hilarious. We got a little bit of news. Let's get into the news and see what JJ has to say about what's going on in the. Okay. Well, it'd be nice if I would have added the news segment. Anybody else want to fill for time while I'm trying to add the news segment real quickly?
I can do it.
Very good. Well, how about you do pickups? How about you do pickups so that we can get through this?
I don't have any pickups.
Well, you just said in your intro, hopefully we get pickups in. How do you not have any pickups?
No one has pickups. Dom always has pickups.
I have pickups.
Okay.
Dom has pickups.
Jedi, I need you to do that thing to add news, like you did the other thing. I opened up too many
The
windows.
wonders of live television. Go ahead with pickups, Dom. See what you got.
All right.
Hey,
So first things first.
Make them big.
Somebody sent me this in the mail.
here I can do this.
So apparently, Ninth Archer Innovations sent this to me because I didn't have it. He actually just reached out to me, asked me if I picked it up in Target. It's the pin set, the Boba Fett
cool.
Target Con.
I'll make you big.
So the shout out to Ninth Archer Innovations for that. I appreciate that. But here's the pickups.
Target Con is in like the stores?
Yeah, Target has their own con every year.
They have their own con?
Yeah, so they have like a bunch of little things that they sell. It's funny. Everybody's got a con these days. So I was able to pick up this nice Aztec bust Boba Fett. I'm happy I got. It was on Sideshow Collectibles.
How much those cost again?
What happened?
How much those cost again?
This was like $179.
Oh, fuck me.
But this is the one that I'm happy about that I got yesterday.
His wife is in the background adding this all up.
Yeah, getting mad. She's getting mad. Limited edition to 1,000 pieces.
Wow.
I'm not gonna
It's
ask.
like even bigger than the last.
I'm not gonna ask.
There's the number.
Oh, you got number 1,000.
Oh,
no.
I feel like is that hand numbered?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's limited to 1,000 pieces. And I'm happy I got that. I got to find the place to put it. But, and last but not least, oh shit. I got this.
Yeah.
Disney Toy Box, their action figures that they make.
They're fun. All right, cool. Perfect. I actually have the news now. Are we ready for news?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
We're
Thank
ready.
you, Dom. All right, news it is. All right, go ahead.
I like how Dom had one bust out, and then he's like, "That's not the one I'm really. This is the one." It's like even bigger than the last one. It's some sort of
when
strange shell
does the
game.
museum open? 2024. The museum opens
Soon.
What's going on, Joe? See, that way you can charge, and then you won't get mad. All right, JJ, go ahead.
All right. So the news that everybody probably already knows from the week is that we will get a 2-episode premiere of Obi-Wan.
Good.
But it's going to be on May 27th instead of the 25th, which no reason to get upset about.
Okay.
I think it's Friday instead of Wednesday. So yeah.
Do you guys think?
So 2-episode premiere.
Do you think that it's because the first episodes of a lot of their shows that they started off with are kind of slow and don't like all the back? I mean, like if you're gonna do Tatooine and like sand in your crack for the first 40 minutes, maybe give them a little something else after that.
I mean, it's kind of bittersweet because if it helps, like you said, because there's gonna be exposition there in that first episode. It's probably gonna make it kind of slow, but like at the same time, if the series actually is really good, like you only get 5 weeks instead of like you're gonna be wanting more by the end of it. But
well, he says there's gonna.
But
who's clicking all this stuff?
Do they plan to do like a double episode?
From what I hear, it's gonna be they're just gonna release back
like double length episode.
I know we've heard. I know we've heard there's going to be a week off. I know we heard that there's going to be Miss Marvel, but the only thing we know for sure is that we're going to get 2 episodes back to back. And I think one of the reasons probably is even if you had that, because like you knew Miss Marvel was coming, not a big surprise, guys. So I'm wondering if it is because it was just slow. I mean, it's not like they just were like, oh, Miss Marvel's releasing this week, you know?
Well, like, look, there's all these rumors that go on about the conflict with Disney, with the left and the right, whatever's going on at Disney and Star Wars and stuff like that. So apparently there's issues with Miss Marvel.
People.
That's
not how that works. This is a multi-trillion-dollar company.
I know.
It ain't like running the Dark Side show where I'm scratching stuff in a hangout half an hour ahead of time. They got this shit a year in advance. That's not how any of this works.
What I think I actually think you're right with the slowness of the first episode. Probably is a little flashback-ish. He's on Tatooine, and the second episode probably picks up, and they probably going to say, you know what, we want people to be involved, like they did with the WandaVision. They did the 2 episodes.
Are all the episodes dropping on Fridays, or just the first 2?
Just the first 2. It's going to go back to Wednesday after that.
They did that before. No, but this is a good point about Wayseeker. Didn't they do that in 18 with Clone Wars or whatever? They did this before. Was it 19 maybe? There was one part in 19 where they dropped 2 and it dropped on Friday. It was Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
It was the last episodes of Clone Wars to get it together. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're just testing it out. I saw an interesting, while you guys are doing that, I saw another interesting article.
What day of the week is? Huh? What day of the week is Ms. Marvel going to be on?
Wednesday.
Everything's on. They do all their.
She's on Wednesday, and they can put that on Friday. But then next week you're going to have Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan.
But this is where I'm saying is, like, if you looked at it, the last 2 years, they brought up a good point when I was reading over ad week. They actually, this pacing that Disney has for streaming is like no other streaming service, and it's kind of off. They actually haven't come up with a lot of original content. They're actually probably one of the lowest original content makers in the last 2-year period of time, which is very interesting. So I wonder if they're still trying to figure out the scheduling, the drop scheduling.
They've only been around 2 years. 3 years.
Yeah. I understand that, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're still very young. So what I'm saying, they probably had this planned out where they're going to do drop scheduling like this. Can we succeed with doing a Wednesday and a Friday drop and see if we can still maintain, some sort of numbers? That's what I think it more is than, like, I don't know, whatever else. I don't think they're up there like, oh, hey, we got Miss Marvel coming up. Maybe we should, they've known for a while they have Miss Marvel coming up. It ain't anything new. So I just hope that works. I actually think, especially after watching Moon Knight, I really do hope that, like, they do this because
eventually they're going to cross over with their content, because if they keep making more and more content,
which they're going to have to do.
They're going to have to do it. So,
when's Bad Batch give the people what they want? I thought Miss Marvel was going to be out. Miss Marvel was going to be part of the TGI block along with. Oh, that's funny. Along with it. Hey, what's going on? Leftover. No, I'm not going to go crazy about anything. Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi, go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the first excerpts from the Brotherhood, the Obi-Wan training Anakin book dropped. So I don't know. It looked interesting from the excerpt. Ventress is apparently going to be in it quite significantly, at least from the excerpt. I don't know how.
Dom's mad still that we have. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They're not advertising this as the first time Obi-Wan meets Ventress, though, right? I mean, no.
No.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't think so.
No, I don't. Well, it is though, right? Did you read the excerpts? It's the first time. Did you guys read it? It's the first time he meets her, because she goes, "That's what a Jedi like." Yeah, it's the first time they meet.
So then this takes place before Dark Disciples.
Okay. Yeah. Dom and me were talking about this next week. We're actually gonna cut out parts of the excerpt anyways to talk about this, because we're gonna talk about the novels that are dropping this week. We're going to get into this next week, right, Dom? And if you read it, it's definitely 100%. I mean, that's how I took it, was like, she didn't even know what a Jedi was. So I would assume that would be the first time that they met.
Dark Disciples is the same time as Clone Wars.
It's after. It is because she wanted to go back and say a snake, Count Dooku. She's now.
She worked Anakin before she meets Obi-Wan, right?
No, because in the movie she knows.
Well, that would be Legends now, wouldn't it? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. No, in the movie.
I was thinking like Dark Horse stories.
I know you're talking about Dark Horse, but no, in the movie of Clone Wars, which will be the first time they meet up. We're doing timelines, so Jedi's really gonna wait. Jedi, you asked a timeline question, didn't you? All right, good to see you. There you go. All right. Yep. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I always like having Ventress in the storylines, but yes, it will be it's when Ventress, it's going to be after Torovsky's Ventress, I guess. That's the thing, I guess. So whatever.
But
All right.
that's yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm winking at? Okay. All right, go ahead.
So this was fun. Fake Wedge. But I don't know. For those who don't know the legend of Fake Wedge, Wedge was played by two different people in A New Hope. So the kind of the nerdier version of Wedge that everybody knows is the one there. But there's one where he's sitting. I think, is it the Death Star briefing? Is that Fake Wedge? I think.
Yeah, Fake Wedge.
That's where he's sitting next to him. Yeah.
Fake Wedge.
So, but yeah, always a classic scene of enjoyment for me when it's like, oh, it's two different people. But anyways, they ended up retconning it to a new part, which I forget what his real name ends up being. But they're basically the guy that was sitting next to Luke in that scene becomes known in canon as Fake Wedge, like is his nickname. So it's kind of classic.
Do you think they're going to do the same thing now? Are they going to do the same thing with Fake Rex in Endor on the moon?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever. I don't think they're going to do anything from the Republic Comics for it, Wayseeker. I think they're like if you read the episode, I would assume that you read that, right? I don't know. We can talk about it more next week. I probably better. I guess we should have talked about it this week. I was trying to do content properly, but y'all ruined my content for next week. Thanks, bro. All right, what's up next?
So this is also a news story that came out, which I don't know. This may have been known or not known. I didn't know it, but apparently when
Dusty,
the time they were running before the Return of the Jedi, they were running, I think it's like in the 70s, I think, for the old classic Star Wars Marvel comics, and they actually had a scene written in where they were going to use the second Death Star.
The Tarkin.
And Lucasfilm told them, no, you can't do that. You got to take it out, and removed it and didn't tell them why. So they changed it to this space station called the Tarkin. And that was So it was called the Tarkin, which if you look at it has kind of the same weaponry as the Death Star there.
It does. All right. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So this was a big whoops. I don't know. I just posted it here just in case. This is public service announcement to if you ever have hand sanitizer and it uses one of two things, either benzene or methanol. I know those are weird words, but those are known as hand sanitizers. Just from a medical community, I can tell you it's a horrible thing because methanol can make you sick in all kinds of ways.
I had these when they first came out, when we were all going for the hand sanitizers. I seen it in Walgreens and I picked it up.
We put it in the kids packs for school that you donated for it. So that whole school, they ain't.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. Like because we did this and we did this one. It came this in the.
I hope they enjoy their carcinogens.
Let it snow. Let it snow. That stuff. This and the Let It Snow thing came out at the same time, so we threw a bunch of them.
Oh boy.
I mean, like I bought like a case of these for the school, so. We're not at that school anymore. Different private school now. So
go figure. Star Wars is actually toxic.
Good. Probably because the hand sanitizer was no good.
Hand-based sure is a lot of times, so you figure.
Oh Jesus!
All right. What else? I'm next. All right. Good job, Star Wars.
Yep. I think this was kind of nice. Al Guinness's birthday, so Mark Hamill putting up a nice message. So.
I mean, he made Star Wars, right? Like for everybody that credits Lucas, you better know your history. I mean, if it wasn't for him and for, he really helped out with direction and everything else.
He brought the gravitas to it too, at least in the first thing. Like, I mean, he basically had a bunch of young kids that hadn't acted that much before, and him. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I was agreeing. Yep. Tell him. Let him know.
No, that's it. That's more or less just
They give him, a lot of the guys give him credit for that because especially even with Lucas not being around, if it wasn't for him and Harrison Ford, they would have never got at least 2 of the 3 movies done. All right, next up. So if you got problems, that's why Harrison Ford wanted to read. By the way, this is my whole thing, my conspiracy theory. That's why that's why Lucas wanted to remaster them because it was actually too much credit going towards him and towards Harrison Ford because it really was their movies. And then Lucas had to mess it up with crappy graphics. Okay, and this kid. Oh my God.
Remember this kid? So they had an article. Like, I guess there's a documentary coming out about it, and kind of how like your digital shadow or your digital footprint kind of follows you through life. But Yeah. So, but apparently he was bullied a lot over this video
Oh,
when it came
that
out. But
sucks.
he was parodied in like a lot of stuff. I think it was on like South Park and Saturday Night Live and like all this other stuff parodied his video. But 20 years
Looks like he
later, he's
lost
doing
a couple
okay
of
though.
them. Yeah, he
Good
seems
guy.
like he's all right. He
He's
can
getting
afford
better
a shirt and a tie. You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying not to giggle.
He looks like a murderer.
He was awesome, man. If honestly, if that came out now, if it came out now, this dude would be saying the same. He'd be killing it. He would be. He
looks
would
like
have
he's
a
killing
He's not
somebody.
Edward Cobblepot.
He's
Just so you know.
like he's on trial.
Yeah, he looks worse now. He does look like a serial killer now.
He should be proud of making so many people laugh their ass off. He should be happy about that.
I like how I have this nice fun story about how he got
Yeah.
bullied and overcame it, and now you're like, oh, he looks like a serial killer.
I'm
Well,
a
now he
Jedi
looks
now.
for yeah.
Thanks,
I never
guys.
made fun of him. I thought that thing was awesome when it came out, so I guess I have a different opinion for him.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, I
What
laughed.
do you-
I guess I laughed at it in a way, but it was still hilarious. Yet at the same time, I wasn't like, oh man, that
What-
kid's a nerd.
Dude, come on,
Because we're
man.
all Star Wars nerds when we were kids. I
Why
was
are
that
you
kid.
taping- why are you taping that though? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
look,
Well,
I
actually,
doubt-
he didn't put it up. I think he taped it, and then like somebody, I don't know, somebody else got a hold of it and posted it on the internet. I think, and it was like
Yeah.
a classmate of his or something along those lines. But,
try to make fun of him. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I get
And he
that.
got famous instead of
and
getting.
I guess the guy that originally posted it came back and said like if he knew what happened, going forward, he would have never posted it.
You know
For what it's
though?
worth.
Anybody that says they never took an old broken mop or broomstick and did something like this is lying their ass off. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe you were
Yeah,
a kid.
I mean, obviously,
Come on.
like the
I
extra
ain't got nothing to be
chunk
ashamed of.
chance
I did
wouldn't
laugh
help him
my ass off,
with a
but
bowl cut.
not at him. Just funny.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. Remember they made a meme where he was fighting Darth Maul, dude. It was awesome. I mean, like, I don't know, but fair enough. Hope you're doing okay. You should be bullied for stuff like that. Yeah, my kids are 100%. They're going to film some dumb. I'm already telling them not to film dumb shit, and they do it.
Come on, look at the
I
Logan
do this
brothers.
show. I film dumb shit. Let's go.
Look at the Logan
Come
brothers. They got famous over dumb shit. Come on.
on.
So
Yeah, that's Star Wars kids.
we were talking about Disney versus Marvel shows a little earlier. Apparently, Hollywood Reporter had an interesting article where the Star Wars shows crushed the Marvel shows for the most part. Both seasons of The Mandalorian ran higher than any Marvel show. As far
What
as
was the highest Marvel? Was
you don't really use ratings in streaming, but
Yeah.
yeah, as far as the numbers go, so to speak.
It was Mando.
The only one to compete really was Loki.
Yeah.
Loki got up there a little bit, but that was the only one.
What was Mando? 8 or was Mando 8s? And Mandos were 8s, right? Mandos were 8 weeks.
8s.
8s, not 6s.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Mm.
And last but not least, Donald Glover gave an interview. He was on one of the late night shows. I can't remember which one now. Anyways, talking about the Lando role. Basically, just kind of confirmed that he was gonna do the show, but beyond that, didn't really say much. Still, news is news. It was a light week for rumors and news and such.
Cool.
Too
That's
late,
about what you
Donald.
got.
I needed you in the Book of Boba Fett. It's too late for you now. So,
Yeah,
my fantasy
you're on my fantasy team.
failed.
Yeah, I think we all did something. I mean, we all obviously. I think part of it was the kid was a little chunky, and they probably were making. I mean, it's probably just a wrong opportunity time for him, where like the internet was a little bit more. What was the hip hop world star or
Mean.
whatever? Yeah, it was a little bit. You never really go in that this year making fun of people. Let's be real. Like that's what. I mean, have you ever seen the leprechaun in the tree or like
They
you
used to
can't do
have
this
hobo
anymore.
wars. Have,
Yeah, that
the homeless
stuff was
people fight.
terrible. Yeah, I never thought that was. I mean, I couldn't believe. I lost friends over that because I mean, I get it. I understand. I'm not judging you guys, but I never watched that stuff because I thought it was bad.
You know,
All right.
the good and bad of the internet.
Yeah. It's still not all great, but
Nope,
either
not at
way. All right, here we go. Bounty Hunters number 21. Actually, not bad. Did you guys read this week?
Yep, I read it.
Good. What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought I like the fact that they're showing more of the characters in depth that they don't usually talk about. You know, they're giving more of they're giving more like the characters more of a side that you don't see in the movies, like Bosk. You know, Bosk is you know, he gets his little say in there, like his little like cracks and jokes, which I like.
If this is what Andor is, it'll be good. Like that's what I was thinking while I was reading this. Is like, man, if they do stuff like this for the Andor TV show, like it kind of would be really good. It starts off a little bit of a flashback dream where we have Tonga. She remembers her brother. She remembers Loesch. Wakes up, gets a sign. Guy gives her a little, hey, I'll help you out. I'll do everything. She's like, yeah, I don't really trust you, but whatever. Cool, I kind of do. Turns out that our man here is trying to catch up with them. He's going to use them to try to attack the Crimson Dawn. It's been like 3 episodes since we've seen them, but they're going back to back. So it's going to be this week's 21, next week's 22. They give us Prox and Midnight in front of the whole crew. Now, remember, this crew's made up of Tonga, her girlfriend, or is it her wife? It's her wife. My bad. Forlom, Zuckuss, Bosk, and by the way, Forlom's back to normal. And then you get Leash, the guy from the new movies. The Unbroken Clan is taken over by how do you say her name? Voxara? Voxorah something. Voxara. If you remember during the last Crimson Dawn arc, the one where they were hunting Boba Fett, it was the girl who was in there talking to Kira, and Kira said, if you take over the Broken Clan, blah, 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 blah. Well, she did. She ended up taking over the Broken Clan. She apparently made fast work because she's giving food to all the people on where the heck is Prox of Midnight right now? Where'd Han from? The planet. What planet is that? What planet are they on?
Corellia.
Corellia. Yep.
Corellia.
But it's not just there. It's apparently everywhere. You get actually, as Dom was saying, there's a lot of joking back and forth. You get some great word bubbles from not only Forlom talking about how he's going to crash in and take over people, but also even Zuckuss. How Zuckuss is like, Zuckuss doesn't foresee that happening. Ends up taking out the driver after he gets almost sliced in half. I really do think we talked about before. If Forlom and Zuckuss show up in Obi-Wan, I hope that they keep it to how the comic characters have been written the last little bit, right, Dom? Don't you enjoy how they're writing Forlom and Zuckuss?
You know, because these are characters that we never we only saw standing in the background of Boba Fett's shadow. You know, and now that they're giving them some kind of character, they're spotlighting. I like the chemistry. I like the way they're putting it in. And if they do that in the Obi-Wan show, then definitely.
I think it's almost like the two guys upstairs with the Muppets, but like one of them straight and the other is being a kind of an idiot. Like it's
the two old guys.
Yeah, they played kind of well off each other.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the back and forth with them, but that it wasn't over. I mean, the relationship that Bosk and Leach have is pretty good too. You see them kind of go back and forth. The weird part was they didn't have Leash speaking his native tongue, which he is to Bosk at this point, where Bosk tries to say that. I'm sorry. Where Bosk tries to say that Tonga is from the Whale. The Whale is the other group that the Unbroken Clan kind of decimated, or at least trying to. It's like their rival clan. There is a girl still in this story who is the true leader of both clans. It's just she's right now being held by Kira. Anyways, Boss has some good back and forth. Then they do the loser thing. Did you see this? Where she's like, you should kill me. He's like, why is that? She's like, I got something special for you. And then if you watch Losers, that movie where he's like, shoot. Yeah. And they started shooting everybody and assassinating it. It was pretty cool. And then Zakra almost figures out, like, was about to get pushed into the car, but it breaks up whatever caper they had there because she can see through the Unbroken Clan's thing, and there turns out to be Zuckuss. And she's like, Zuckuss was an idiot bounty hunter that screwed up a bunch of other crap for me before. So I know this is a setup. A lot of action in this one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's written well, which some of them have been slow, and I'm glad that as much as it's supposed to be a crossover with Crimson Reign, it really isn't. Like it's on it. Like you don't need to know much about Crimson Reign to be
on the borderline.
Yeah.
Quick little note about a certain character. Go back a slide back.
Mm-hmm.
The character right here,
The pink hair. The
Darth Maul species. The character right there. Wait, that character right there.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, two of my friends from Midtown Comics,
Mm-hmm.
they know the writer of the comic. He actually wrote them in and he took that character and combined their last names together to make that character. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's how I know. Like, that's how I know about the Dr. Afro. That's what got us in over here, because the assistant editor at the time is from Michigan and from our area, and her friends that she played D&D with, like, they're all in comics like this. Like, cool. Actually, it's what's that Droid Clan? All those, we'll talk about it later sometime. But either way, so the Unbroken Clan does have some very interesting sword that they can use. It's supposed to be able to cut through everybody, but Tonga puts her to sleep. Ended up capturing her and going like, cool, everything's going to work out. In the meantime, they haven't realized, but Vakra has somehow assembled tons and tons and tons of just regular civilians to be part of the Unbroken Clan, and it looks like there's going to be a little battle going out. Now, we know that 22 comes out next week, and we know it's going to be more a little bit different. They're going to change the pace. They're going to get through, and they're going to have balance come back, because the new balance that Jedi like so much is going to be there. It's interesting they have death sticks on it. We haven't seen death sticks in the Bounty Hunter book for a little bit, so they referenced her in the.
So they're having Bounty Hunters come out back-to-back weeks. Okay. Was there a gap before this one? Because
there was like a 6-week
I thought it was pretty good myself, but it took me a couple of pages to kind of reorient myself to what was going on.
I understand. That is a weird thing with the printing in it. Well, you know what it was? It was they were doing the ordering. They moved the ordering for the quote unquote printer shortage, the paper shortage, and then they started trying to put everything back on schedule again. Plus, they changed over with the how long the gap is between Dark Horse taking over. So they would, if they didn't do this, they wouldn't have any books out for there's 3 weeks, I think, over the starting with the end of last month, going into the next 2 months, they would have no books out, like 3 or 4 weeks. So
let me ask you a question.
Please do.
Hey, look, I like the Bounty Hunters book. I really do. I think it's one of the other better books because it shows the underworld of Bounty Hunters. But wouldn't it be cool if they did something like the Suicide Squad type of thing, have rotating Bounty Hunters coming? Because there's so many other Bounty Hunters that they could put in. Cad Bane. Where's Cad Bane? Where's Durnge? Where's Diva Lampop?
Yeah.
Remember I talked about Diva Lampop last week, and what happened?
Yeah. I mean, that's actually a good idea to do it if they're going to go, because I don't think they can keep going with the Valance storyline has to end soon, right? That was the primary for Bounty Hunters for a while, but I think how well this one's working out, that maybe you're right. Maybe that's what they should do, is start. Well, we'll talk about what they're going to do in another book later on, but if they start making it like that, like a Tales version of it, that's not a bad idea. I think that'd be cool. All right, next week we got Bounty Hunters 22. FOC. Okay, FOC, we got Obi-Wan. We talked about this book last week. Here are a couple of the variants and stuff. I actually added the variant name down to it. There's the movie variant. There's the Gist variant. I don't know. Do you guys like that Gist variant?
I like the Gist variant. He did the Boba Fett cover for Water Bounty Hunters. It was it was a limited edition 800 thing. He also did the cover for the Hydrogen, the Space Cruiser Hotel.
I like the Gist. I like the Gist one the best.
Then we have the one that everybody's not going to like, the Momoka.
I'm getting anyway.
Japanese creator. We told you guys about that. They're going to do a different Japanese creator for a lot of these books, I think, coming up throughout this month. That's a very interesting
At least they didn't call it anime variant again.
Yeah.
For an artist that's not an anime artist.
Obi-Wan, the other variant? There's another variant too that's from Another World, Things from Another World, a comic company. They have their own variant.
I like the though. I mean, that's kind of dope. So I don't know. I just thought it was I don't know. People are going to order that Momoka, but probably not me. All right. Also on FOC, we get Carnasta the one shot. What is this thing? I'll tell you what it is in a minute. And we do have
it's a reprint of a bunch of stories.
I know. I was thinking about FOCing it, but then I was like, I don't know, dude.
I just want
the live action one. What?
The foot on the comic version.
Yeah. For those people that don't know what this is what it is. They're thrilled the audience because he thrilled the audience, blah, 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 blah. They're pretty much just going to throw together stuff they had in other books. It's going to be Star Wars 2015, 14 to 15. number 20, which that's all the like Obi-Wan stuff that we've talked about before. So you should have those books already. And the annual, they're going to put them together. I'm going to wait till people over order this, and then you can get it for like $3.
There's probably going to be like a 1 in 25 or something like that with this.
I think, is it going to be an expensive book, JJ? It's not going to be, because it's going to be a one shot.
It's not going to be cover. I think it's $8.99 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a big book.
Is it a trade?
Well, it's a combination. They're calling it Tales.
Sort of.
So I think what they're going to start doing now is
4 issues.
Yeah, they're just going to combine like 4 issues together. It's almost like a trade.
That's going to be cool. The live action variant.
I know, but I'm not trying to pay $10 for this. Like, is anybody paying $10 for this? Chat, are you guys going to pay $10 for this?
No,
Maybe.
I don't think.
I don't think there's an incentive either or anything.
I don't think it is.
I thought I heard there was a 1 in 25. I don't know.
They said there was 2 extra variant covers, but then every place I checked to order didn't have a second cover. They only had 2 covers, period. So we'll see. I don't know if I don't care, I guess, enough. All right. FOC magazines too. I figured I'd show these because I know Don would probably get excited over these. Yeah. See, nobody, I don't know if people are going to pay that type of money. Yeah, there you go. Probably should. Leftover. The bags are also coming up for it. So there's going to be a Mando that doesn't look like Mando. It looks like a combination of Mando and Boba Fett. It's actually called the Mando cover. I don't know how that's Mando. Does anybody think that's Boba Fett? Does anybody think that's neither? Does anybody think that maybe it might be concept art for? I don't know what the hell it is.
I read something
like
about
concept
that.
art.
Yeah, I think it's just a Mandalorian, but I don't know. I can't remember what I read.
I mean, this is Insider, right?
Yeah, it's Insider.
You said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they reuse a lot of art from a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So, like the art on the right is actually trading card art.
Yeah. It is trading card on the right. Yep. I thought it was concept too. Yeah.
Can you zoom in? What's the clan mark on his chest? I can't make it out. Is that?
I looked at it before. I thought it looks like a palm tree. I was thinking Mandahor, but it's not. So I don't know. But if you guys want those, get them. I mean, Mandalorian usually does pretty good. And then we talked about this last week too. Another collection. They have a lot of bullshit coming out this week. Actually, let's go back and review this. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how I can be positive about this week. FOC, Obi-Wan, okay. Too many covers. I know people say Grist fine, but I actually think all these covers are kind of ho-hum. Nothing really that great.
5. That's not that many compared to some.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe not that many, but nothing like, usually there's one that like is really sweet that I'm like definitely getting. I don't care. I could get any one of those and not care. This thing, although I like the cover, I like the live action photo cover on this. It's really great. But like, I mean, does anybody like 14, 15, 20 in the annual for fucking probably $12.99 or $10? I'm not, no. This, okay, I guess. The storyline inside is just going to be a bunch of they're giving you the 10 top moments they feel from, like, when did this turn into Vanity Fair?
Can you see that, Maga? That's the Things from Another World variant of Obi-Wan.
Cool. When did but what I'm saying is, like, when did this turn into like Vanity Fair for Star Wars Insider? And then they're doing the Rebels thing. This is probably the only thing. I mean, I'm going to get this, but like, I don't need it, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, I'm down on it, but that's what we got for FOC this week, guys. Good luck with that. It's supposed to be Boba from the holiday special. Royal Clown. I don't know.
Reminded me of that a little bit, but
maybe
it did. No, it did. But I think I was reading something else.
Yeah, but the whole thing is supposed to be the 10 top. Hold on now. The whole thing for Insider is going to be a full Mandalorian top 10 moments of Mandalorian. The covers are supposed to relate to that. And by the way, if it's the Christmas special, then why is he on Tatooine with 2 moons? Okay, fair enough. All right, moving on.
I found it. I found it online. It's actually the Mandalorian.
It is
a quote from the Boba Fett fan club. Yeah, on Facebook it says, "This is the first sketch I did of the Mandalorian." Yeah, let me finish. It's the first sketch I did of the Mandalorian for the project to quote unquote get into the character, which I banged out real quick just to get the ball rolling. Says a Mandalorian concept artist Brian Mattis.
Okay.
So There you go.
Okay, good is concept. Good job, Zaggy. Zaggy nailed it. Speaking of stuff though that might be pretty interesting, Jedi. Are you extremely excited? We're getting the third and final book in the Star Wars saga that is the Queen's Hope.
Yeah, this is the one I want to read. Well, listen to, which I will as soon as I'm able to download it, which I won't be able to do it this week. But as soon as possible, yes. I have no idea what this book is about, and that's the way I'm hoping to keep it, although you're probably going to share some, and that's fine.
Don't read what's next to it then, so I guess I won't be sharing what it's about.
I'm trying not to read it.
It's probably going to be it's going to be in the timeline after she's married already, which is nice. It's a nice move on, and it's going to be when Anakin's away. So probably that whole time before she starts crying to him and before he starts killing kids, which will be nice. And I assume that we're going to have more of the handmaidens in there. Johnson is probably one of the better writers of Star Wars, and these books have been pretty good so far, right? Jedi. I think this is Jedi's favorite series for some reason.
Yeah, hands down, my favorite two novels.
Oh, you're also going to have creepy Palpatine as a chancellor creeping around and giving her shoulder rubs. So see how that works out.
Nice.
Good. Looking forward to that. Interesting other thing that they're doing now, they're re-releasing books that are already on the shelves and are already in Legacy. But just to let you know, this is the lineup. They're doing Kenobi, which if you look at this Kenobi story, it does have a little bit, I don't know.
It's a good story, actually.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's about him and the Sand People, right?
Story.
When they're getting back and forth. Yes.
Well, it's him. It's what I thought Kenobi was going to be about.
Yeah.
If this wasn't a Legends book, because it's basically him on Tatooine, where he first takes Luke to Tatooine and drops him off, and then basically he's making his living or whatever there, protecting Luke, and at the same time gets involved in this turf war, basically between the Sand People and moisture farmers. Yeah.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah, which is not what supposedly it's going to be about, but I don't know. So it's worth it if you can get it. Maybe it'll be back.
That's kind of what I thought of when I first heard it.
But by the way, you could get this at, I don't know why they're re-releasing these because they're still available easily, but they're re-releasing it. So maybe they'll give new covers to it. We'll see. They're also doing Darth Plagueis. They're re-releasing that. Good book. This is actually between him and Sidious and how Sidious gets to start. How they get the plan rolling for him to be a senator and everything else, and talks about about the acolytes. And it's a really good book if you haven't read it already, and how they were going to have their big scheme and big plan to completely annihilate or just disseminate the Jedi Order. Go ahead. Do you want to add on to that, JJ?
I was going to say, I know some people ignore Legend stuff because it's not canon now and they only want but if you're ever going to get into Legend stuff, these are two really good stories to pick up because they take elements from both these books a lot for the stuff that is canon. So
I think Palpatine does sniff her hair very creepily. Yes, no, and this Plague stuff is good. This is actually, I don't know. Maybe one day they'll get into more in depth of it. No, it does not. It's still going to be released under the I think they're going to change it from Legends to Legacy now. I think that's it. Right now, if you buy the book, it's considered Legends. I think they're trying to change. Oh, fucking how stupid this is. They're trying to change Legends into Legacy. So I think it's going to be called Legacy now. And no, it doesn't make it canon. They're also doing.
No, I think it's still called Legends.
Is it? I thought they were changing it to Legacy.
Yeah. I don't know if any plans to change that.
Whatever. They're also re-releasing Destiny of Evil, which is the Bane and I was about to say Zantana. That's not her name. What's her name?
Xana. I would say Xana.
Yeah. The Bane and Xana book. This is actually, there's a trilogy in this one. It's the Darth Bane story. This is not canon, but Bane is canon. Bane's canon a couple times.
Yeah.
So this is not canon, but it's canon-ish, canon light, maybe I guess you'd call it, JJ. I don't know. I mean,
canon adjacent is the word I like to use for that stuff. Yeah.
Very good. Canon adjacent.
Not really there, but close.
Read the trilogy. It's really cool. Tag and Bink, buy it, get it. All right. Wedge's Gamble. If you want to know what Top Gun and X-Wing is, they're re-releasing this. Go ahead. When I was talking to JJ about this, I said this is why I was not excited about the X-Wing TV show / movie or whatever they're doing, because I really thought this was fucking Star Trek. It was kind of boring. So, but they're going to re-release this too. So good luck with that. Not Xana, not Zantana, or what? Zartan, not Zartan. All right. And then they're re-releasing the Dr. Aphra book, which was originally an audio book. Then was the actual, they released the script. Now they're re-releasing the script again. So I don't know why they're doing this, but it wasn't too long ago. I think it was 2 years ago when they released the script into a book, but they're doing that again.
I think like Del Rey or whoever runs it must have like a quota they kind of hit or something. Just like, reprint
first printing, second printings.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a good book. I enjoyed it. I thought they did a great job. A lot of people, this was their, go ahead, JJ.
I was gonna say it summarizes the comics more or less, right?
Yeah,
like
a little bit.
Comics.
It gets a little bit more into it. A little bit of the back.
To a large point.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny that this book got a lot of heat, like I was telling Marco earlier, because the people saying that that Disney hates Star Wars, it hates Luke and everybody, but it was Dr. Aphra that hates Luke in the comics. She always thought that Luke was a so the character. The woman was writing the book about the character. People were getting the wrong info, thinking that it was the writer writing that she hates Star Wars, and they put this book out there. It was like a whole big controversy about this book.
It's weird.
It wasn't the book.
This book was how I think about this book is this was a lot of people's first outside of the comic book world. This was a lot of people's first inklings of like when I went to Celebration, I talked to somebody about Dr. Aphra. She didn't know Dr. Aphra was in the comics. This is what she knew of Dr. Aphra.
Okay.
Because she listened to the audio on it and like was dressed as Aphra.
Well, there's a legion. Huh? There's a ton of Star Wars fans who never touch comics ever.
No, yeah, I know, but that's
read the books. I just figured they never touch comics.
I know, but I figured if you were a fan, you would have read. I know, JJ. I know. I mean, I guess I know, but like it's the same thing. So I'm just saying, like I think, like as much as people, I guess, like what Dom was saying, there's also a sect that like really also this is what their intro to her was. So if you like Aphra, if you don't want to read all the comic books, like JJ said, it does sum up some of the comics in here. So just like hit it up, man. It's a good listen to. Listen to it, actually. I would listen to the audio because it does have a full cast on it also. All right. And that's what we have there. We'll still cover some more novels. I think we're going to break down the other one.
Marco recommended an audiobook. Mark that down for.
Yeah, there you go. Do you think Star Wars Celebration, they'll mention something with Aphra?
Right now, what we know about it is that they're going to do the 20th of Clone Wars. So,
yeah.
And it's really heavy on that. Are they going to, what do you mean mention something about Aphra?
Like like a show or something coming in the future.
I think we're still a ways away.
Still now. Right.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we still got a ways away. I do, Joe. I mean, I like how Marco seems to have random focus groups wherever he listen. It's not, if you're going for years, like we just had a chubby kid do a lightsaber battle, right? Like when you're spending this long time in comics and everything else, and like going to Celebration, if you're not talking to the people there, what the hell are you doing, man? There's some very interesting people in this world, dude. You should get known. I mean, really. So. But yeah, I do talk to
imagine you going around with a clipboard.
I don't know where I was.
What'd you like about that? What?
No. Well, okay. In 2000,
like those people at the mall just like approach you and be like, "Hey, would you like to take a survey?"
No, but it's just like the other day when I was on TAC and I was talking about Moon Knight. And people were like, "Oh, Moon Knight and Mr. Knight." And I was like, "Oh, well, you don't really know much." But like, I like to see people's opinion about it. And if you're if 2018, remember 2018, okay? Now tell me. There's a 5'10" woman dressed as Dr. Aphra in 2018. You're not going like, oh, the fuck why is that woman dressed like Dr. Aphra? That doesn't go through your head at all. That doesn't go through your head. Her boyfriend, husband's dressed like Han Solo, and she's dressed as Dr. Aphra, and you're not going like, that's freaking interesting. I haven't seen a Dr. Aphra cosplay before. That does not go through your head?
No. Yeah,
really.
You know, I've seen.
No? Well, it goes through my head. So then I need the answer. Go ahead.
No, I've seen a few, but like these new characters, like you said, if you don't read the comic books, people aren't going to know. People are introduced to the novels, so there's like a whole different side of everything. So when it comes down to the cosplay thing, some people are introduced in other ways, and they like what she looks like in the novel.
I'll tell you this: it's better to go up to a cosplayer, ask her, "Why did you dress like that?" than go like, "Can I get a picture, please?" Like, yeah, like, man, that's really interesting. I don't know about that one. I mean, I've seen it, dude. Whenever you see Psylocke out there, I mean, dudes just they don't breathe out their nose anymore. They just breathe straight out their mouth. Like what I'm saying is like if you're why would you be part of the community and then not engage people? I mean, we got tons of people in chat engaging with us. Like that's just how I see it. Like it's interesting to me when I see somebody in Dr. Afro when there wasn't a lot of people dressed like that. You know, like when we have a person that now it's not too big, but would always be dressed as which one is it? Darth Scion. All right. Like, dude, why don't you talk to like nobody dresses like that? That's cool. Maybe not. I don't know, JJ. You just sit around and I guess judge internet. What are those things? Key collector or whatever. But like for me, instead of wasting my time doing that shit, I can only talk to people about like why did you decide to dress like this person and how much do you like them? And you know, I mean, maybe that's why I got.
What I'm hearing is, if you want to know how to pick up a cosplay,
I know, Joe.
Right? Marco's telling us how to pick up a cosplay, a hot cosplayer.
I'm not. No, I've never. No, first off, I don't cosplay, and I don't. That's not my.
Those Twi'leks are really nice.
Yes. Okay, so this Wookiee fanatic has got a question for Celebration. Is it worth only the final 2 days? It's a 7-hour drive, and I'm still debating, and I've never been. Yes, it is.
Yes, go.
Let me explain something about Celebration. Literally, Celebration is so that you can pay to buy more shit. That's what it is, and they'll still have exclusives there because they don't usually run out of them, except for the year they ran out of the Ahsoka shirt, but that was because a bunch of 600-pound dudes were buying super small Ahsoka shirts because they made a mistake. Yeah. You'll be able to order them online.
Sometimes the better celebrities and stuff come on the later days. As far as if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, no.
It kind of depends on what you're interested in.
Yeah, like what's his name? The guy that played the guy that did the voice for Plagueis or it's Palpatine. What's his name? He's there again this year. McGregor.
Oh.
He
Ian
did
McDermott or whatever.
Yeah, Ian McDermott. That whole thing where he came out on stage and did the laugh shit, that was on Sunday in 2018. That he did that on Sunday. Yeah. So like there's a big panel they'll have that day. Dude, it's cool. They got like all the stuff will be set up there. They'll have a shop. They'll have a shop.
The first one in 2 years. Because there was 2 years it was on.
Yeah, they'll have tons of stuff for you. It'll always be good. You want to see Olivia Munn as Afra? She might be a good Afra too. I don't. The only problem, what tall
Chloe Bennett. Chloe Bennett from Age of the Shield. Quake.
See, Dusty's one of those guys that would go up and ask for a picture. Yeah, 2 versus 4 days. I honestly doing the 4-day thing. I really
look if you have.
I think too. You're paying. Exactly. You're also paying for more money for that too. Hotel stay and everything else.
1 day is
4 days, $195. I think for a pass. 1 day is what $65, something like that. Or is that 2 day? I will tell you this about 4 day. Unless you're going to be the first person, unless you're going specifically for something, and you're going to be the first person in line, and you're actually going to buy the VIP, which is $900. Then yeah, man, you're not going to.
Listen, if you're going to go and there's something you want to see in a certain day that's not in the 2 days that you're going, you go more days. But if you're going just because you want to purchase some stuff and look around, 2 days is perfect.
It's literally so cool though. Like I will suggest this: Wookiee park valet at whatever hotel it's connected to, and then just creep through the hotel to walk through there because you'll see everybody will be there. Like you'll see all types of people. It's a very great experience. It's fun. I don't think you're going to miss much of anything. You've been the first person in line. Okay. Well, I mean, first person in line. Yeah, that's a different story. But Wookiee, if you just want to go there to have fun, go for the 2 days. You'll be able to see everything. They don't really take anything down. You'll be able to meet almost all the people that you want to meet, and they'll still have swag. I mean, you'll still be able Ranch Obi-Wan will still be there. You won't be able to get some of the stuff like they do these pins that they hand out. You won't be able to do that, but you have to be one of the first 100 to get them anyways. So, I mean,
and I do not want to wait on those lines for hours. I don't wait on lines for anything when I go to conventions.
Yeah, the pops thing. There won't be anything for you to buy there because it'll be done within the first couple hours.
And you need a lotto to get into the pop thing. And if you don't win the lotto, you can't get in.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is lotto stuff anyway. So
the lotto to get in.
Yeah, the first day it's smellier and make more.
That's
chaotic.
why I look it for the cheapest online on eBay.
No, JJ. No, JJ. It doesn't smell that bad. It does.
I didn't
It
say you were
smells
wrong.
bad,
I
per
didn't,
se.
I laughed.
Yeah.
I didn't say you were wrong.
Go ahead, Dom. Sorry.
I'm saying that the first, what you do is look for the first couple of listings that people list, and you might get a deal with the exclusives from Celebration because it's ridiculous to try to get them over there.
Guys, I don't carry a clipboard around. I have a phone, so you just got notes and you can do it in there. Okay. All right. No, but yeah. So have fun. If you go, let us know, Wookie. +2, I might reach out to somebody because there's a hat. I'm gonna try by it. So, and we'll get into those exclusives more. We didn't do this week, but we will probably next week show you at least some of the exclusives that are coming out already. Yeah, I have an app now. I don't need a clipboard anymore. Okay. Next up.
It's gone digital.
What are we getting up to next up? We've already done news. Let's remove that. We did the books and we did the comics and we're flying. We're only an hour in. So maybe we don't have a lot of content to do. We got SSS. We've got what's the first? Oh, we got to get through what's the first. Jedi, do you know how to run stuff?
Yeah, you do that first.
Okay. So if I do
Nope.
this, can you click the over button? Well, you got to unmute first. Okay. So,
Unmute yourself.
JJ.
Yes, I can. I can click the next slide.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. So JJ has got, we'd like to take a moment for JJ because JJ is on his podium this week for What Isn't a True First. I've actually kind of got his side on this one. And then, yeah, I mean, maybe I poked the bear a little bit on this one too. But here we go. JJ, if you like, maybe just a little bit, maybe poke the bear just a little bit on this one, but that's what I'm, that and apparently carrying a clipboard around.
A little bit.
Okay, JJ, go ahead. Let's see what you got to say about this.
So, bit of an interesting development. As we go ahead and hit the next slide for me, Jedi.
Oh,
But
perfect.
so, yeah. So, first appearance, the half issue for Phantom Menace is touted as the first appearance for a lot of people. Jar Jar Binks, Qui-Gon Jinn, Padme. I've even seen some other ones on eBay out there. Anakin.
Did you clip
Skywalker.
this out of a certain app? Is that what it looks like?
I did. It was clipped from a certain app.
That's
But
what you got-
and most of the information is correct. I mean, there's, it is obtained via Wizard Magazine 94 mail-in. There is a 15-page original story with 4 pages of sketches, and all that stuff. But what's not really accurate is those first appearances, maybe. So, hit the next slide for me. So, Wizard Magazine 94 would come like you see it on the left there, polybagged with either an Austin Powers, or if you're lucky, you can get the cooler Adam Hughes cover. I think they had for this one at the time. But basically, inside, you can see there the offer at the top. There's inside exclusive offer for the Star Wars Episode 1 half issue.
Mm-hmm.
When you pull it up on Dark Horse's website, which Dark Horse uses street dates as published dates, more or less. So there's really not July 21st, 1999 is what they have down there for this, which is not probably totally accurate, as there's no real street date for a mail-in magazine or a mail-in comic. But I'll show you in a minute. There's a reason why they put that date down there. So this magazine was, if you hit the next slide for me, Jedi, Wizard 94 has a cover date of June 1999, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the indica for the half issue, it does say May 1999, published by Dark Horse, et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at any of these mail-in certificates that were inserts in the Wizard magazine, it specifically says that, you check mark it, you send it in, you send your check or whatever with it, you have to process it. But it specifically says allow 8 to 12 weeks for delivery. Mm-hmm. But what do we use as dates for first appearances?
The date it hits the rack.
It's usually a street date, right?
Yep.
Yeah, date it hits the rack. This day you can actually put it in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you look at a cover of a magazine, you see June 1999. It probably did not come out in June 1999. Usually they come out, 4 weeks or so before the actual cover date on a newsstand rack. But even then, that might be early May. It may be late April. I've seen April 28th as a date, and I've seen May, I think it was 4th as a date or 5th as a date for it coming out. So hard to say for sure.
You probably went So how it?
But
Do you want to know how it probably worked? So the
Yeah, go ahead.
distributor probably got it into their warehouse on the 28th, and then May 4th was the first time they could start going through the market areas, the regional market areas, and start switching out the last version for the new version. That's probably why you're seeing the 2 dates, because that's how it worked in the magazine world for newsstands.
Yeah.
But go ahead. No, sorry, didn't mean to add on.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Mhm.
So if you take that May, let's even say it is April 20th. If you take that day and you add 8 weeks to that before you can actually get that comic in your hands,
Mhm.
because remember they got to process it, and there's an expiration date for these mail-in offers. So they got to wait till the expiration date actually hits before they even start to mail any of them out, which can be a month or 2 months down the road.
Mhm.
So the interesting thing is, if you hit the next slide for me, Jedi, if you look at Phantom Menace #1 coming out first, the date listed on Dark Horse's website is May 5th, 1999. Has an indica date of May 1999. It was sold May 5th on the shelves of 1999. You could actually put it in your hands in 1999. And it had all those characters in it. It had Qui-Gon Jinn, it had Padme, it had Jar Jar Binks. So the question is, what's the first appearance, quote unquote, of these characters? Because the only thing that I can see that came out before Phantom Menace 1 was the Wizard magazine, not the actual half issue that supposedly has those characters in it.
What did you say that the other one said too? The 28th, because how they used to distribute this too, and this is something we'll get into because we're doing a new segment.
What I was told and what I saw on a website. Now, granted, this is not anything official from Wizard magazine, but was April 28th was the day that the magazine
so
was supposed to hit the newsstands.
That's when I went to the independent licensees to go.
Yeah.
Put them, okay. So this actually probably as a newsstand book too, because that's who deals with newsstands.
It does.
But also the 28th, by the way. This was probably given like when the Wizard magazine came out, this was probably part of their, because they don't just do Dark, you know what I mean? Like it's when they sub out, the people that do it, they sub out a whole area. It's not one book that they do. It's not like one book. And then how you could pick these up at the regional printers, like as their regional distributors, were like you went inside and you could pick them up.
Oh, yeah.
So like that was on the 20th.
And don't even forget that the half issue is not even in that magazine. You had to order it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
and the expiration date and everything for order would even be later.
So like you look at it, think about it like this. You look at a table. What's for sale on the 5th, right? What's for sale on the 5th is the magazine's right here. The comic book is right next to it. That's what can be put in next week that's how it worked. That's how it worked. So this came out the same time as the magazine. So if you're doing an order form, then yes, this is 100% ahead of time. While they were doing the inside for the Inca is because the actual insides of the book probably were ready on the printer in May. That's why.
Yep.
Right.
Definitely.
That's why. That is
if the magazine, like quote unquote, was coming on today with all the other magazines and stuff to have first appearances in the magazine itself prior to the comic itself, maybe, but the actual physical book, definitely no.
No, if it came out, if what I'm saying is if a half book came out in the magazine, the same street date, it would actually street date the same as this book. Everything's the same. This is,
and I think part of the confusion might come from the fact that I think people think that the half issues, because Wizard magazine did have comics packed in with it on occasion. They were the 0 issues.
They had 0 issues, or they'd have
the misconception. I think that people are thinking the half issues were packed in with it, but they weren't. They were mail ordered.
So,
I don't really care.
I'm a simple dude. I like simple solutions. So what I did when you guys started talking about this is I just went onto eBay and compared. I went to CGC, right? If you look at a graded copy of the half and a graded copy of the #1, it'll tell you just right there on the label that #1 came out before the half. So I don't understand.
But CGC is getting out of that business. They're getting out of the business of telling you
dating of putting publication dates.
Yeah, they'll get away from it if it starts getting questionable. They'll start getting away from everything. So, so the comic came out before that's not out of pocket. When did the movie come out?
May 19th.
So yeah, the comic came out before it. Just like sometimes they used to release
Even
the
if
novel.
even if
Oh,
the
no,
comic didn't
shut
come
up,
out
shut
till
up.
May 19th, you still got it.
It wasn't until these last 3 movies. You got to remember this. It wasn't until these last 3 movies when remember they used to release the novel leading up the week leading up to the movies coming out. You know that, right? Like they used to release the novels of the movie used to come out leading up to it. Like I think it was like 2 days ahead of time. It was like the preview day of the movie. You get the novels out, but then people started leaking all the shit on the internet, so they stopped doing that shit.
What about the graphic?
But even if that May 5th date is wrong and it's May 19th, it still has a beat because there's no way that half issue made it into your hands from a mail order by May 19th.
JJ's mad about that. You got to stay off that app, man. It sounds like your blood pressure's going up, bro. I mean,
this is actually something that somebody else pointed out to me.
I get it because I do get it because it dilutes the market.
I ran
right?
with.
Like, when you get new people in, this is my big issue with it. When you get new people in and they don't know what they're getting into it, and then
and it's in this case, it's not just the app. In this case, like I mean, you go on any Jedi. Just said he went on eBay. Jedi, when you went on eBay, what'd you see listed as the first appearance for all these things?
Number 1.
No. I said that they have a tendency to do.
No, I mean they listed number 1 as the first appearance. They listed the half issue as the first appearance.
eBay, I pulled up 2 listings for a CGC graded number 1 and a CGC graded for a Wizard half.
Mm-hmm.
The CGC number 1 issue had a date on it, publication date, prior to what they put on the publication date for the Wizard half. So right there, that tells you
I'm saying though, if you just
first.
I'm saying if you just pulled up eBay listings, like what did you normally see? Because I saw everything listed as the half issue was the first.
Oh, you mean as what sellers are listing? Oh, I don't know.
Well, who cares what sellers?
I know
the seller listings.
I can tell you, and this is because we've been talking about it in our production so much. I was on Whatnot, and Whatnot sellers had a number 1. I think I actually posted it in our chat, and the Whatnot seller was selling a Wizard half, and he was promoting it as a first appearance of all.
Yeah, but I mean, time out. First off, Whatnot, depending on what book they have on Whatnot, from what I've watched, that whatever book they're selling is going to be the first appearance of whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're correct. I'm saying
no. He's just giving an example. Though.
That's another influence when you have people that are looking for books for their collection. They're looking for people who supposedly know what they're talking about, such as this app JJ brings up. And they think these, for whatever, right or wrong, they think these people that are these sellers on Whatnot know what they're talking about. And I can guarantee you just about every seller, with a handful of exceptions, are getting their information from that same app that JJ's talking about. Because I've seen them actually pull up that app and put it in front of the camera and say, see, look at all these first appearances. And so that's what you have, these novice collectors that like we talk all the time. We have people coming into Star Wars all the time to collect or for whatever reason, and they're getting fed a bunch of questionable information. Let's put it that way.
That's the sad thing when it comes to.
I mean, if you want the half issue to be the first appearance of all these guys, and that's what you've gone in with, so to speak, that's fine. I'm not disparaging anyone here. I'm not trying to, but like at the same time, if something came out first and something else came out much later, as in like got in your hands much later, because if you look at the history of Dark Horse and these half issues that they put out for, well, not just Dark Horse, but for a lot of things, the half issue a lot of times did not come out before the first issue. So I don't know why all of a sudden for this, they're saying, oh, well, the half issue is the first. Well, no, and almost never in any case is it the first.
But you see, JJ, this goes back to all the comics. Think about the cameo appearance to the first appearance. It's the same thing, that now that they're promoting the half issue, that the half issue is the first appearance of all the characters, which the book might have been done months prior to this book, but you had to wait a long time to get the book. Yeah. So whatever was in it, you still got it late, like you were saying. The books were on the shelf already with their first appearances. And also the graphic novel. Yeah. The graphic novel actually came out at the same time as the books itself too, because they pushed everything out.
Yeah.
So if you really want to say first appearance, the graphic novel, because that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking purely from a floppy comic perspective, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean the half, but yeah, buy them both. I get that, but if you're trying to, I mean, what happens is like when you get the problem with it is when you're trying to drive up the price for something that shouldn't have the price being driven up for, which is the half, because you still had to order it. And by the way, anybody that did those Wizard orders, and unfortunately Pete's not here, but he'll tell you because he did, that order would take a longer time, so it doesn't matter what you put on the inside.
So just because I might have to put my foot in my mouth because I just did a little quick research, and again, maybe this goes back to why you don't use CGC, because you never know what they're going to put on any given label.
That's what I was saying.
I just looked up another half copy, a Wizard half on eBay, and it lists the publication date as May 99.
See, that's what I'm saying, TJ. So like what people don't understand about CGC was for a very long time, you could hand fill out stuff and there was multiple copies and you could choose, and especially you could put what you want there. In one of the books where they started messing around with this date, I can't remember if it was an Image thank you comic. It was one of the promotional comics that Image was doing. And I want to call it a thank you comic, and don't shoot me because it might not have been a thank you comic. It might have just been the retailer promo comic. Whatever it was, came out after the first did because of a late like shipping thing. Kind of like that DC book just came out. So then people started fighting because it's supposed to be comic on the rack day, Wednesday, right? So then they recorrected, and the thank you then it got a month. It just didn't get a date anymore. So they have done that before, just like they started wiping out they won't take a stance on first appearance issues anymore. So they have done it before. Obviously, Jedi just said they gave the same book, two different dates. So they will actually do that type of stuff.
And in this case, they could just pull it from the Indica too. But the Indica is not the street date. It's not the day you can actually get the book. It's not the day the book comes out. Like, because if there's two books published in May and a week apart, they're both going to say May 1999. Mm-hmm. And in this case, they might have been published a week apart. One might have been published before the other, but it didn't hit the streets until the other one.
But so
does that count as a first appearance? I don't know.
See, that's why when you guys are always like, oh well, first appearance in a magazine, first appearance and I'm always like, see, this is where it gets gritty, because it shouldn't. The standard, you have to set standards on certain things, and the standard is first time you could actually have it in your hand as a consumer, not as a promo piece.
I got a quick question.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
Did they? I don't remember, because I didn't buy these when they first came out. I wasn't collecting at the time, so I bought them secondhand. Did they drop all four of the Phantom Menace comics in the same month, or did they come out month by month?
I think it was each week.
It was every week, wasn't it?
That, but I think each week.
Well,
I think so.
And like I was saying, the graphic novel came out.
I could be wrong too.
I was just curious because I just looked up the number.
I was right about that.
I think the newsstand. I think the newsstand you could get. I think it was 2 and 2 maybe, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember
exactly. I thought it was every week for the month of May, more or less. But
that may be right, because I just looked up. I did another search, and the only thing that came up was the issue number 3 for Phantom Menace, first Darth Maul, as we know, full Darth Maul. And it too was also listed as May 99. So that's why I was wondering, was it every week they were dropping, or how they?
Yeah, it probably was. Wayseeker, do you remember them dropping it every week, or are you just saying they dropped it every week? I can't remember what they did. You have to remember, it's a different time back then on how they sold stuff and distributed stuff too. So, all right. Well, there you go. Look, it's the half issue is not the first. It's
you get for what you will, and I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, take it for what you will.
Yeah, we'll get to that one in a minute. Wayseeker to the mall thing, but
yeah. I mean, that's what we're gonna do. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, once you start getting to all these things, okay, then I guess we saw it in a preview or on a newspaper, right? Like, is that like that what we're gonna do here? That's why I always say same thing with the half thing. I think it would be pretty easy if you're not trying to manipulate the market. But I think the problem is the people in our chat have great intentions, but I'm not quite sure everybody does, especially sellers on eBay and whatnot. The half Wizard issue, you could not get it in your hand before you could get Phantom Menace 1. That's all I'm saying. There you go. All right. What's up next?
When did the gold come out again? Like the gold issue. Did it come out like
Same
months
time.
later after the
Same
original?
time, yeah.
The foil.
The gold.
Yeah, foil
Same time.
came out.
Same time as the other
Yeah.
half issue.
Same time.
It's not like you got to remember, even in '99. I'm trying not to ruin the show that me and Eric are doing, but distribution was different back then too. Okay, and it wasn't like now where you went on Diamond and you would order the DKs earlier, stuff like that. That's not how it was. They didn't actually have full distribution at that point. Not going to ruin it. We're going to do a different show about that. We'll let y'all have it, and if you guys like it, it's going to be very boring. It's going to be very great, but I think anybody wanted to hear about it, and I guess.
Did you say it's gonna be very boring?
Well, I mean, I thought people would find it boring.
Damn.
I thought people were gonna find. No, I really did. Eric almost took it to a different channel because I kept saying like, "Yeah, sure, but this stuff's boring." Like, I mean, I found it interesting.
The dude back on Tatooine just walking.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Tales from the Dark Side spinoffs, can I?
Oh yeah, let's promo. Speaking of other promo, yeah, spinoffs. Yeah, here we go.
So next Saturday at 10:05, I think is the time we decided on.
EST?
This is going. This is a show between a
10:05 what?
Jedi and a Sith. A Jedi and a Sith come together to discuss. It's called Between Two Forces. Myself and Darth Ram Rugensan, if I got it right, it'll be the first time. Sit down to discuss Star Wars in a humorous and serious matter that kind of clash in this episode number 1. So we hope you tune in to watch it this next Saturday at 9:05. Check us out. Hopefully this is kind of our pilot episode. Hopefully everyone likes it.
9:05.
If so, then 9:05 p.m. Eastern. I think
Okay, there we go. You've given us 3 times at this point. So 9:05 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, next Saturday. It's going to be 20. It's going to be 20 some minutes. It's
20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, perfect. It's a great little back and forth between Jedi and Ruben, our friend. Make sure you're supporting him. Make sure you turn it on for that.
To answer Wayseeker, it is not live. We are going to do our best to be in the chat, but it is a pre-recorded video.
Hey, Dwayne Scott, good to see you. I am glad, Marv, that you enjoyed that. Like I said, me and Eric will have some more stuff about it. Dramatic, yes, the DF. That's why I was saying the dynamic forces is the gold. It's the gold font. It's foil technically. Technically, it's foil for the DF,
It's like a
right?
stamp.
Yeah,
the
stamp was gold, but the actual foil portion, it was like rainbowy foil on like the DFs for a lot of them.
Dynamic Forces loved their foil in the
foil.
90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Everything foil, title, foil. Yeah,
that's why
like
those books are starting to go up now in the 90s. A lot of those books are starting to see their shine.
But make sure that you guys check out that show on Saturday because they got their shine. That was funny, dude. Did you hear what he said? Because they got their shine. I almost stepped on his punchline. But all right, no dad jokes. This shit I was trying to promo a show. Okay, watch that show too. Watch all Renovision. Thanks. Whatever. Where's Pete when we need him?
Hidden Gems, Chasing Ghosts, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, Hidden Gems, Chasing Ghosts. People are really loving the stuff.
Tax show on Wednesdays. Live.
Tax show's nice. That's a good show. I've heard of that one before. All right.
Yeah.
I just noticed that you put Doak there too. That's kind of cool. Is that Doak or is that? Yeah. Right.
It's Doak. I just kind of faded him back. Maybe a little too much, but
all right. The newest thing, we might have to take a week from this because I keep going through so many boxes and it stresses me out to try to find the books that we need.
It's helping me organize.
It's not me because all of a sudden I'm like, I don't have time to organize. I have to just go through 30 boxes to find the books that
it reminds me how unorganized I am.
Yeah, I'm stressed out. And then I start going like,
no, I don't.
I start texting people and I'm like, hey, did this thing ever hit? Is this still going on? Are we doing this stuff still or whatever? And then they're like, no, hold on to that one. It's only $100. I don't know, man. All right. Either way, now this whole box is full of stuff I got to get priced and set on the internet. Okay. Let's go. Stash sale. What is it this week? It's kind of Kenobi. So there's been a lot of rumors. Dom's favorite part.
Kenobi adjacent.
Yeah, Kobe. Are you saying adjacent again for this?
Yeah.
All right. I was going to do the thing. Where's the thing?
Apparently.
Pete would have done this already. Hey, do the thing, Jedi. Where's the not move along? Where's the other one? The 0.18. No.
What?
Not that. So because there's so many rumors that have come out about how many characters are going to show up, we kind of adjacent it to this. Which here we go. Stash, explain SSS, please.
Yep.
S squared.
It's real quick. Stash is the book you're going to hold on to because you think something more may come out more in the future. Or if you're like me, like I said, you're going to stick it in a box and apparently forget what box you stuck it in. And, 2 years later, try to find it and not remember where it is. Slab is basically you're going to spend some extra money in that book. You like it so much, you're going to get it graded, whether it's to sell it down the line and try to get more profit, or you just love it for your own personal collection. You're going to spend $35 to grade it. And then sell is a book where you're not so sure the future of that book, how well it's going to go, and you might just basically kill it off right now, and so you don't want to be left holding the bag on it.
Now, do know that this is a point of view from every individual one of us, and from you guys too, if you want. And not all of us do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of us stash because they stash everything. Some of them slab because they want some of their stash slabbed. And some of them don't sell because they want to annoy their wife, who's in the next room. Hi. Yeah. It's not me. I'm saying hi to somebody. All right. Here we go. Oh, great. So we just start off with a banger. All right. Who is it? You?
Yep. I figure why not roll right into this one.
Okay.
Yep. So, real quick, the stats on this guy, you're looking at 190. I think it was 196, or is that 86? There we go. 186 total graded. 95 9/8. Now, what I did for this one, because there's two different covers, and I'll get to the guys here in a second, and they'll show both covers, but there's the photo cover and there's the art cover. Mm-hmm. So I took the stats on the census and combined them as one. So, but anyways, that gets you your total graded stats. You're looking at, and I did the same thing with the averages. So you're looking at a $48 average for a 9.6, $103 average for a 9.8, and your average raw price coming in at just $9. And first appearance, as we just discussed, in my opinion, at least, of Qui-Gon, Padme, Sabe, Jar Jar.
It's facts.
And yes, my opinionated fact.
Okay.
Who had this one? It was Jedi or Dom? Or do you guys want to do one each? You want to do one cover each?
I have them. If we need,
okay,
I do have them.
Okay. Jedi, why don't you do the art cover, Jedi? Tell me what the art cover condition is.
Okay, well, my art cover condition is actually, the other one's more interesting, but my art cover condition is pretty solid. I don't see any. You can definitely, maybe a couple of indentions where the staples are, but nothing big, nothing abnormal, nothing minus there. The spine is pretty good. There is a little bit of a white rub near the top of the bottom staple, which you can see. I don't know if that's what you call the bend, like you said, depending on the stock of the cover. When they bend it, I really can't tell if it's that or something else. But other than that, it's pretty solid. The corners are solid. I'll see if you can maybe. This one I'll take out. The other one I'm going to show I'm not taking out of there.
So you're talking probably high grade, but maybe not making 9.8.
I don't know if you can see it really. This is the only thing I would question is right the top of that staple.
Shit, I keep looking at the newsstand and saying,
I don't know if I can get a good angle at it.
Yeah.
What are we saying this? 48?
Other than that, it's pretty solid. If I were to send this in, I would probably expect like a 9.6 if I were to send it in. I mean, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at a copy like that, for me, that's going to be, like in this scenario, it's going to be a stash. I think most people in the chat got it a stash too. And Jedi, what do you think, stash?
Yeah, well, I haven't graded it yet. So
first
it's a stash. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, in reality, that's a thin margin there. And we talked about it last segment too that we did to this. Like you're looking at, your buy may have been less than $9, but even so, you're looking at an average 9.6 price of $48. So by the time you got that book graded, you're basically cashing out even, more or less. So to me that's the hold. And
I bought all 4 of the issues as a lot, as a bundle, And of course, this was way back before everything took off. So I'm sure I think I probably paid less than $20 for the 4, maybe $20 for all 4 of them.
This is my question for you. If and when. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying high likelihood. Qui-Gon Jinn, even in like a back scene, I'm not even preferencing it, shows up in the TV show. Do we think, because this is a book, there's a lot of this book out there. It is not exactly expensive. You can probably still find it. Like some of the books you just can't find because people are hoarding them. But this book, I feel even the newsstand you can kind of find. I mean, I found one of the newsstands not too long ago, probably within the last 3 months, for under the average raw price of what you have there. Now, it wasn't a 9.8, but it was still in the 9s. My question is, do you see this book, because the character's already known, having a spike as much as a character that we haven't actually seen in live action before? Hey, Big Remo.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the tricky question too for this one, as far as like, you can have it pop in certain ways. That there's so many characters in here. If Qui-Gon shows up in Kenobi, we've seen Qui-Gon in live action, but Phantom Menace was quite literally the last time you saw Qui-Gon Jinn as a live action character. So that's 25 years, more or less. So, if you see him in Kenobi, that could be a resurgence for him. And there's also the fact that like Sabe's in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We've seen her come back in the comics.
That's kind of the thing. Like, if
So,
Qui-Gon, do you think Qui-Gon would get as big as a pump as Sabe? Like, I actually kind of want to hear Dom and Jedi.
The issue is he's so much more well known. He's so much more well known than she is, but at the same time, like, they could do much more with her story because she's not dead like Qui-Gon is. Like, Qui-Gon's a Force ghost. Like, so how much can he do?
I guess my opinion is, if Sabe takes off, or if she enters some live action somehow, I see this book really moving the needle, right? If we just get a Force ghost of whatever of Qui-Gon, I think it'll move the needle maybe on this, but I don't think it's going to. It doesn't take much to move the needle nowadays, apparently. So, I mean, I think it will move the needle. My question is, and so Obi-Wan's first appearance is obviously Star Wars #2, right? The old.
Hey, Luke, good to see you, brother.
Stage. But that's not a lot of people's Obi-Wans. For a younger generation, this is their Obi-Wan. So I'm wondering if a lot of people consider this the first young Obi-Wan appearance, and would that move the needle on this at all, or is it moving the needle on this at all?
It obviously is not moving it that much because it's only $9. Dom, what do you think of it? Give us your opinion on this too. This is what I do at cons when I talk to people, by the way, because it intrigues me. I don't have the answer for you. Go ahead.
Well, look, you have to look at it this way. These books have been laying dormant for a long time. And now that they're starting to pick and choose from the books themselves from the prequel era, which a lot of people really wanted. So, like I said, these books were relatively cheap, and the characters, there's a lot of good characters that are in the book. Mind you, some of them are dead, some of them are still alive, like Sabe. She's definitely a character that if she does make a live action appearance, I think her making a live action appearance will make this book jump more than it is now. Obi-Wan, of course. And if they show a Force ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn, it might move it a little bit, but those characters that didn't get the spotlight that much, they were minor characters. If they get the spotlight, these books go up.
All right, so now I can form my opinion. I think I would sell it if as soon as the episode, I'm like Wayseeker, sell it as soon as the episode comes out, because I think to try to take a gamble on either Darth Jar Jar or Sabe is like, I think there's not going to be.
Let me ask you this.
Qui-Gon. Yeah.
Do you hold it though, given the fact that the information we just went over, in any anticipation that the market reverses and more people look at this as the first versus the other one?
No, I think the problem with the water is like once it gets muddied, you never. Well, what's the other one go for raw? What's the other one go for raw?
What the other?
The half.
The half. I think you're up to about $30 now.
Yeah, the one sold the other day that I was watching for $30.
That's what I think. That's why I think the height of this
for the regular one.
Yeah, this is what I think the height of this book will get is $30 raw. So like
that's why the half.
No, I'd sell it.
If you look at the half, it has all the top characters from the Phantom Menace. The episode 1 books have all the background characters, and like I said, usually it's the background characters that make things jump a lot more because you least expect it. Like Obi-Wan, he's coming back. We already know that. Jar Jar Binks might make a cameo appearance to a flashback sequence. You might see, but I doubt that.
All right.
But they might show the Trade Federation, like if Obi-Wan has a flashback of
but I'm talking about stuff that's going to move. That's what I'm saying. Like none of that stuff's going to move the needle. The only way it moves the needle is if Sabe shows up. So and the height I think would probably be $30. So I'm selling it as soon as it comes out. Go ahead.
I know we're not going to talk about the half one because we don't want to, but first appearances aside, the half one could actually end up being more valuable just because of print numbers, right? I mean, there's probably a lot of
I mean, I think
it already is.
It already is. Yeah. I think that's the problem. Is like it is for the wrong reasons, but yeah, I think I'm with Wayseeker. So I'm selling it. Anybody? What are you guys doing? You guys are holding.
Yeah. No, I'm a sell.
I mean, I'm going to hold it just because
if Qui-Gon's really there, I'm a sell.
If I was a seller, I would sell it, but I'm not a seller.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Are you gonna slab it though? You're not gonna slab it.
Not unless the prices on slabs really go up.
Real quick, let's see your photo cover, Jedi. Real quick. Sorry if I can see a little bit better. There you go.
So yeah,
is it newsy or is it regular?
Again, this is a pretty nice book, but down on the bottom, there's some scuffing that makes its way out onto the bottom edge.
Corner scuffing.
Not just on the corner. It's scuffing that actually.
That actually is corner scuffing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Corner scuffing.
Actually, let me take it out.
Yeah, but that's actually real corner scuffing, not the.
Yeah, I'll take it out.
So it's there's some. Yeah.
It's hard to see on camera either way.
Yeah. But what I noticed was it wasn't just a fuzzy corner; it actually transitioned to the bottom edge of the cover.
There was loss of. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is. I mean, other than that, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice cover.
You say he was going to take it out. He just took it out of the top loader.
I'm not taking it out of the. Yeah, that's too much trouble.
For how he handles comics, you'd figure it wouldn't matter if he takes it out of the plastic or not. I would just.
I treat my comics with tender love and care.
As he slams it.
Once it's in the top loader, I toss it across the room.
All right.
That's what the top loader's for.
What happened here? All right.
It'll protect it.
Next book we got. It took longer than I thought. The Phantom Menace number 3.
This one's gonna be a combo of.
We'll do a combo because
I'll give you the data real quick.
Yeah, the news.
Let's do a combo of me and Dom here. So you're looking at Phantom Menace 3, regarded as quote unquote the first full appearance of Darth Maul. Although, as I think Wayseeker alluded to in the chat, debatable. But anyways, we'll take it for what the market says it is right now. Mm-hmm. You're looking at 408 total graded, 169 9.8s. Now this again combined, or this is the stats for just the photo cover. I'm sorry. But there is no separation for the photo I have there is a newsstand cover. No separation for newsstand. Now, I only did pricing for newsstand as far as what we got here. So your average newsstand price was $135 and a 9.6. Now, this is the crazy part. $1,100 average, but all the sales that I could find in a 9.8 average, all the sales I could find in a 9.8 were back in, I actually had to look it up in like third-party things, not on eBay itself. We're back in 2021. So, and there were 3 that sold in the same 2 months, I think, of like 1,600.
Really different sellers.
So take that. That's why it gets the 2 asterisks, like a steroid baseball player. Take that with a grain of salt.
Did you look and see if it was different sellers?
Yeah, there was the most. I didn't because I didn't look at the. I couldn't find the eBay links or whatever. I was looking through third-party thing. But I will tell you this: the last one that sold was just a couple, like 2 months ago, and it was a CBCS 9.8 and did sell for $400.
Wayseeker. Yeah, I hate the word full too, Wayseeker. Wayseeker says this is the first appearance of Mace Windu. Oh, no question.
Yeah, that's why I said full.
Yeah, I mean, full is pretty much second appearance. We got it. All right.
Yeah.
I just bought a 9.6 of this.
And
I I need to let JJ do my shopping. I just bought a 9.6 of this newsstand, and I paid about $25 more than what the average price is. So,
Well, this goes back. Basically, what I do is I take the last like 8 to 10 sales I can find, and that's how I get my average. So, I mean, it's not an exact science because there's sales I can't track either. Like I look on eBay and Mercari, and that's about it.
All right, no disagreement with what weight.
Anyways, your average raw price comes out to about $28.
Nice, $28. No disagreement with what Wayseeker says. I don't think we're gonna debate that. It is what it is. That's why you put full in parentheses. But just like the half, it doesn't matter. I mean, at that point, sometimes it goes away. All right, so who's showing first?
The market is the market.
Yeah, who's showing first?
Well, I'll go first because we talked about the newsstand real quick, and I got it right here. But so for those curious, bouncing around.
There you go.
It will say, and this is for all these. Now, newsstands on these only came in the photo covers, so that and it says Star Wars Presents, and then you have the Comics Code logo on there instead of a full UPC. So if you're ever looking for a newsstand in Dark Horse, early Dark Horse at least, that's what it looks like. It won't always say Star Wars Presents, but it will have that Comics Code logo. So this guy, though, is in really nice shape. I think I bought this some time ago I actually paid over our average price. I think I paid like $35, but it's in such nice shape. I couldn't pass it up. And sharp corners, no bins or anything that I could see. I checked out the back. There's no color rub. I mean, it's got a shot at a 9.8 probably. I don't have the best eye for such things. But you're looking probably at least a 9.6 if I were to send it in.
Nice.
Hopefully a 9.8. And then Dom, you got
I have the
flash over to Dom. Show him the art cover, because the art cover is kind of the more popular cover that everybody knows. That cover right there. Now, this is interesting in the fact that in the direct version, like Dom has there, that art cover goes for about probably 30% more than the newsstand cover, if not more than that. It's so much more popular than the other one that the price is actually much higher on it.
So you just answered a question that so is there a newsstand for that cover? Because I have looked and I have never found one.
No. Newsstands, on this run at least, newsstands and most Dark Horse actually, newsstands will always be on the photo covers.
You have a newsstand there too. Can you hold them both up?
Here's a newsstand too.
Yeah, no, hold them next to each other. So
that's how it's always direct. You see, look, these are two different
ones. That's a direct.
Oh, yeah,
he's got the direct.
I have the direct, and I always wondered if there was a newsstand of the art cover, and you're saying there's not.
No.
Nope.
See how it says direct right on the side of the.
Yeah, art covers were only direct.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but art were also. That was one thing that people got confused too every time they saw it. All right, that's cool. Well, at least we showed it. And how does that one look? That one's the one everybody likes, right? The mall.
I like the red.
The art cover.
Red. It's really a nice cover with red and purple. This actually looks
it's
really
also harder to get a high grade in.
Yes, and what I see, it's a really good copy. Sharp corners,
because it's first base.
I definitely don't see any corner rubs or anything like that. It actually does look like a 9.8 candidate. I just never took it out of the package. I left it in there. So,
I think both of you. I kind of got the same. I kind of got the same question that Wayseeker does. Haven't you guys?
So, yeah, why haven't I slabbed it yet? Because I'm cheap. Because I have a whole probably long box of books I haven't slabbed yet that I really.
I'd rather buy a book already slabbed already instead of sending my books, so it gives me extra books. Hence all the Boba Fett books I got them all. I bought them online slabbed.
Hey, JJ, did you say you meshed these two, the total grades and the price? You meshed the two like you did the previous one? Or
no, that's just the. I think that's just if I remember right. Actually, no, I think I might have it.
Not on this one
because I did one. I think that's just the photo cover.
I think the art cover goes for right around the same, but a little bit higher, which is crazy. Right?
Yeah. No, the art cover does go about 30% higher.
Yeah.
In the comparison. You're looking at the art cover. I didn't put the prices on here, but in a 9.8, I think the art cover is somewhere around like $350, $400 now.
Yeah.
So I have 4 copies of the Italian version of this that I got for very cheap, like $10 a piece online. So
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, this is more like probably easy slab, right? Decision.
Look, we all
the reason
know
I've
that mall
stashed it
stuff-
for so long, though, oddly enough, is like I said, I paid more for this copy than our average price on there. So it really hasn't gone up in price since I bought it.
Look, and I think mall is going to get more time to shine eventually. They'll
You
drop
should
something. And
Yeah,
The
I don't
first
understand why
appearance.
they're not slab either. I mean, this is an easy slab, right? Jedi, what do you say?
Yeah.
They're
Well,
both saying
I-
slab, but neither one of them set up to slab, so I don't know.
I think it's an easy slab too, but I got to ask myself the question. I have 2 copies of the art that are 9.6, 9.8 candidates, and I haven't slabbed them either. So it's a question I got to ask myself: is why haven't
I haven't sold the 9.6.
Well, and but the question is, again, we come to the thing of you're looking at. I paid I think around $35 for my copy. A 9.6. If I miss the mark, that 9.6 is only selling for around $135.
I just slabbed it for $18 at one point. You keep by the time you're going to slab it, it's going to be $32 to slab the book.
That's what I'm saying. So it'll run me. I mean, I'll make a little bit of money. I'll basically double profit, which isn't bad, but I don't know.
Eventually, if I do come around, maybe I'll start slabbing some books, but I just don't like the wait time. 9 months, a year.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's the big negative for me.
Even I'm sorry. What are you asking? What's he asking?
Any other mall covers? I think he's asking like if any other mall issues or covers are equal to this. Like in
he has a he has a number 4 cover too, right? In this series.
Yeah, Son of Dathomir.
Yeah,
number 1. Especially its variants can go for a pretty penny.
I thought he was wondering if they were. Yeah, oh, that's what he's saying. Yeah, Son of Death.
That's a nice cover too.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, we got.
This one was Jedi. You had this issue, right?
Hold your breath. No sudden movements.
Wait time shouldn't matter.
Oh, you gonna go? You want to read it first, or you want me to?
No, apparently not.
Yeah, I'll read it. So 158 total graded, 48 9/8. You're looking at the 157 average 9.6 price, about 370 average 9.8, and our average raw price coming out to $71. And it is the first appearance of a fan favorite, Quinlan Voss.
Oh.
Go ahead, Jedi.
So this is a 9.8. If this thing is not. One of these days, I'm going to slab this thing. Why I haven't slabbed it already, I don't know. Honest to God, it's probably the time, the weights, everything like that. This thing is as nice a copy as I think you can see, as you ever see. It is a newsstand. It doesn't say Star Wars Presents. It just says Star Wars on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm going to. I mean, I'll get ahead of myself here. I'm going to slab it one of these days when I get a little more. When the returns come down a little bit, and you don't have to wait 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, slab. Everybody saying slab. This is I don't understand.
Yeah.
See, guys, this is why I talk to people at cons, and because these are the questions I have to you. I have seen you personally buy books that probably didn't hold up to the price you paid for them. Yet in your hand, you have a bird in your hand where the book is a 9.8, and you're saying, I could have a 9.8 of this book. All I have to do is send
Here's
it
the
away
extra rub, though.
back. What?
You slabbed for your PC to hold, or you slabbed to sell? Because Voss ever hits live action, that book's going to go high.
I have no idea.
So would you sell it after you got it slabbed?
You're going to be really mad if if a volcano blows up in Hawaii, and that 9.8 turns into 1-up.
I'm pretty sure the CGC slab can't withstand the lava.
You gotta make lava safety on the.
Is anybody not slamming that? Please hold on,
The lava
real quickly,
insurance.
because you might get muted and kicked off. Besides Jedi, who obviously didn't slam it, is anybody not slamming that book today? Sending it in for any reason.
In the Grady's got it in. I probably would. If it was a lower grade than that, I'd probably actually sell it because I think you can.
Yeah.
Now
I
the
agree.
prices I had up there are the direct prices, but you can actually get a pretty penny, and I'm talking probably about double for a newsie of this raw. So you're looking at close, probably between 130 and 150 raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you paid for it, but if it's
There you
not
go.
a 9.6 or it's not a 9.8, or actually even if it is a 9.6, it's almost
I'll
worth
just
selling.
say I paid more than that average raw price you got up there. I'll just say that.
Did you?
So why would you say? If you
Well, that
paid
average
more
raw
than
price
that,
is
you
direct.
should have it. Holy shit! I do not understand.
Stop rubbing salt in the wound, man. I
just
know. I
don't
get it. I should
understand.
have grabbed it already. I just haven't.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I
All right.
deserve it. I
Dom,
deserve
what are
all
you
of
doing with this? Are you slabbing it, Dom? I didn't catch what you said.
If I had that book, I might slab it, but like I said, I don't slab. That's the whole thing. I've never done it before. I never sent books out to get slabbed, and
Is that part of it though? You guys are scared of slabbing?
you stash
'Cause you
it?
buy slabs, right? You buy. I've seen you buy. I've seen your pickups. You buy slabs.
Yeah,
I
buy
buy
a lot
them,
of slabs.
but sending my own books, I never do it. That's the problem. That's the problem that I have. I'm afraid that you send them out and you might never get them back because you're 10 months, 11 months now.
They very rarely lose books.
I have.
I know.
There's horror
I
stories,
have
but they very rarely.
out tens.
I will say to
close
Dom,
them.
as someone who has sent books in to be graded, I normally use CBCS, but yeah, I've never had them lose any. But I will say that week that it takes for it to get from A to B, B being the graders, is a long week, and you're tracking it like almost every day. You're
You're
like,
looking
where is
at
That,
I hate
I
that.
okay. Yeah. I mean, you
For
guys
me,
got
that's
problems.
me. I'm
Yeah,
a
you guys
worry
got
wart.
problems. You guys, I sent out a $60,000.
For me, it's you know why I don't do it so much? I do it a little bit, but the reason why I don't do it is the eye. I'm always afraid because, like, I look at these disparities, and like I said, it's almost worth it to sell that same book
Mhm.
and just raw rather than come out with a 9.6. And I'm always afraid that I do not have the eye, and I've seen it happen before because on some of the books I have sent in, that I do not have the eye to get 9.8 grades, and I don't press or do anything like that myself. So
I have
I
that
don't
same
understand the fact
concern.
that when they send the books back, like they send them back, that you can't grade it. Like that when you send the books out, they send it back that it's ungradable or something, but the book is mint.
yeah, but you have to submit 25 books
Yeah.
in order to do
Well,
that.
you have to.
There is a pre-screen. It costs more money for one, and two, you have to do 25 books at a time.
That's
I agree
Well,
with
it kind of
JJ.
costs more money if it doesn't hit the grade. I should put it that way.
I've sent a book in before that I could have swore was a 9.8 and it came back an 8.5. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of worry the same thing JJ was just talking about. I worry about that too, that there's something in there that I'm not seeing. Yeah, but
why would we?
no, this one's going in definitely. When I do, I'll let you guys know.
What? God, Steve, I'm confused. Why are you asking about KOTOR tonight? We were doing like Obi-Wan characters that we're going through. But if you put that down in suggestion underneath the show, maybe we'll get into KOTOR. I mean, KOTOR is so far
Put in
off.
the comments, I remember, and we may get to one.
We'll get you in some KOTOR stuff. I don't care what my grade are, but that's all me. Okay.
Oh, here's
now
Marco's book.
This is a book JJ absolutely
I
hates.
let Marco take this one before
right.
I
So like
rip all over it.
No, yeah. But this is you. But you completely agree with it, going up to the point that you just hate this book. But like, for some reason, and our discussion on the back, I was like, "Oh no, you're good, Steve. No problem, man." Or Steven. My problem with this book was like, I was like, well, if we're doing weird characters in books that aren't just like their first appearance, like to make something like "Would You Do It" a realistic thing that some of us have to, is like this book was cheap, and would you do it? Because if Cody shows up. Which you never know because, I mean, look, you never know the rumors. I don't think it's happening. Dom, could Cody show up though?
Possibility, I think.
See, there you go. So my question as a seller is like, if you have the Cody one, we know this is a decent book around Cody collectors. We also know when characters show up, not just their first appearance goes up. And this is where JJ gets mad.
They're Cody collectors.
Yeah, huh? What'd you say?
There are actually people that collect Commander Cody, just Commander Cody books.
JJ, there's people. Why don't you start grabbing a clipboard and going to cons and start talking to people? There are definitely like Cody, like Cody fans, like crazy Cody fans. So, but my point was, and this is why JJ doesn't agree, because JJ's not a Cody fan, so it must not exist in fandom. But when it goes up, is this a book? Because it was a free comic book day, which is hard to find in higher grade. Is this a book that you consider? Because now would be the time to do it if you think Cody's coming in. Everybody shakes their head no. because
No.
JJ doesn't like Cody. No. I mean,
No.
I mean, you're
That's not the
saying
only reason.
no.
Okay.
Tell me why no then.
Well, okay.
I
So
was
there's.
just,
Well, to me, it's never. This can
And
never
by the way,
be. Even
he
if you're a
put
Cody
average
collector,
price
this
of
will
raw
never be the
after
Cody
he
book.
goes. I saw this book sell for $15 the other day at the LCS, so they put average price of raw to lower it down too.
Yeah, but
go
it's
ahead.
an average. Look
Go
up
ahead,
sold.
go ahead,
Look up
go
sold
ahead,
on eBay. It's literally an average.
Go ahead.
But how many copies don't have the name of their store printed in the white box? How many raw copies without the
A lot.
print?
I do want to hear your opinion on this,
That's
like,
pretty common.
because I just wanted to do it as I mean, I got like 2 of them sitting over there, and I didn't even look that hard to find them. I just wanted to hear your opinion on why you would think, like, why would Black Canasta the action figure pop, but Cody wouldn't, with a single Cody story and a free comic book day, where the free comic book day stuff pops all the time too. But go ahead. I mean, I'm not trying to.
Because he's a clone, I don't know that he's that unique. I mean, I know, with the exception of Rex, like, can you name a clone that really
Cody
has popped in comics? I mean,
Cody.
Rex. Keep in mind, Rex's first appearance is the same as Ahsoka's.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it would be Cody, or that's what I'm saying. Like, he's on there. Like, when you think of Obi-Wan, a lot of people, especially a lot of troop builder guys, a lot of guys who like the clones, like, Cody's name is in. I mean, shit, dude. Star Wars put out, when they just did that Clone Wars thing, they just put out a bunch of stuff on Cody because he's such a popular character. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I future think about this,
but I don't know that he's a popular character as collecting though.
Well, people are reading.
Like, I mean, like, I'm sure people love Cody and they like collect like the figures or something like that, but this is not it.
Well, you see the
This
figures?
is a free comic book day book that has 2 variants that are better than it.
The Cody Funko Pop actually just shot up to like $100.
Yeah, I mean, like, JJ, I get what you're saying. Is this first cover? I think it might be his first cover, to be honest with you. I just know that.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't do the digging on that one, but yeah,
it is. I mean, I really do think it is his first cover, and that's what I'm kind of saying is, like, it's his first solo story. Well, it's got a solo story in it. It is very popular among the Cody collectors. Like, I know this because I talk, as you know, I pen and paper. Excuse me, sir. Let me ask you a question. It seems like you've got a little bit of yellow on your costume. Were you trying to be Cody, or were you kind of? But like, or like, he is a fan favorite for that sec, which is not the sec I'm in. Like, I mean, he's just a clone trooper with yellow on it. But then again, I'm not huge with like Rex either. Like, yeah, he's a clone, dude. Like, it's cool. It's all right. But people like clones. Dom was telling it, and the chat's backing him up on this. So, I mean, that's why I think sometimes foreseeing, instead of paying 9/8 for a book 6 months down the road when it becomes a rumor, you could buy this book now for $5, and it would probably be a better buy. If that's something you know.
And if you really look, you can find the 9/8.
I'll tell everybody
Yeah.
I'm saying
no, actually 9/8. So I kind of disagree with Mark on that. 9/8 of free comic book day comics. Granted, this is super old one, but 9/8 of free comic book day comics are not unusual. Even older ones. Look at how many Umbrella Academy 9/8s came out of the woodwork when that thing popped.
There's a little difference between 9/8 of Umbrella Academy that were sitting in people's back orders and not being gone through than these ones that like during this era of the Dark Horse stuff.
You don't think people had stacks of this book?
Stacks and
stacks and stacks?
I've been through a lot of stacks of free comic book days. This is not one that I saw stacked all the time. You know what I mean? Especially after Dark Horse lost the property. No, I don't. I mean, I just haven't. Maybe you have, but I mean, I dig a lot though too. I mean, I'm just saying.
I
like,
see a lot on eBay for $3.
Apple one, I know I think it's but so were a lot of books $3 before somebody had a room. That's what I'm saying. Like, I buy books at 50 cents and $3, and then go, oh yeah, those are sitting in that book and it's better. That's what I'm saying. The mindset is like, I wouldn't pay. I don't buy it and try to expect it to go up after I bought it at market value.
So do you have one, Marco?
I got like 2. I probably got like 10, to be honest with you.
I'm about to say, I'm sure he has like a long box somewhere.
Yeah, I have a box of them someplace. Yeah, and these are. I mean, yeah, these are good. I mean, they're good. You're right. They probably came out of something that somebody had about 5 or so of these copies in a free comic book thing before people were just grabbing everything out. and these probably never saw the light of day. They probably didn't. But that doesn't mean all free comic book days are like that. Go look at the Afro one. Oh man, this one's still in the.
No, and like Dom said, some get stamped. I don't know that the majority of them do, but some do get stamped and everything else.
That's the backside.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. If you are ever looking for it and you come across the Conan backside or the Conan, that's the backside of it. So you can grab it. And it's the same book.
Yeah. A lot of these had double. That's how
they're flip covers.
Yeah.
The back cover is Conan. The front cover is.
Well, that's true. This thing they bagged this thing and never saw anything, dude. They bagged it and then it's just, yeah, this is as good as it gets. Not putting it back in that bag though. So yeah, now, I mean that's it. I mean, just
to add.
Right, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just to ask you, and do you think there's a smarter play to be had in the comic book pack variant, which is the same cover, mind you, but theoretically a reprint?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but much more rare because I think it was like Entertainment Earth exclusive.
It was,
which those comic packs never really saw a lot of them.
It was, and then the other part about it is getting it out of the comic, getting it out of the comic pack at a higher grade. Like, you know how tough that is.
Yeah,
I mean, free comic books were put out and
that's very tough.
Given away to kids, and they would the problem is they all cost 10 cents. There's 10 cents per 100 or whatever it was. They're cheap. They're 10 cents. So people would keep putting them out year after year till they went through them. Also a reason why you wouldn't.
I will say this much. This is actually, though, for anybody interested in the actual story in it, this is a very good story too. It's short, but it's good.
Oh, it was from their. It was from your. This one too is from your pals at Dark Horse, by the way. What would I think? Is it gonna now? With all that being said, am I really gonna go put it in at the back if I need 2 more for the pre-screen 25? I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it till you hated so much on it, and then I thought, oh, it's gonna be a good play because. If you think about it,
just do the opposite of whatever I say. It's usually right.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about because if the numbers are that low on it too, if you're one of the first one to market, I just there's always these books that I'm hearing and throwing around going, I didn't send them in, but because they're junk, there's not much to it. It's a first. I remember making fun of 2 years ago first cover appearances. Who the fuck buys first cover appearances? It's stupid, but you won't make money doing that.
Yeah.
Criticizing what people buy, I'm not trying to, it is what you can say, but I don't make fun as much as I joke around with Dom and Jedi with what they buy, or even you. I don't care. I'll still sell it to you. I don't collect what you collect, right? And somebody's gonna collect this.
I'm not real.
Cody hits. Somebody's collecting this book. You will agree on that, correct? If Cody hit it,
I don't like free comic book day books as appearances and that type of thing. I don't even like the Greedus.
I don't like magazines.
I don't like the Greedus or the. Yeah.
Well,
I know. I'm just saying it's not my bag.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Unless one day they come out with a whole graphic novel with all the free comic book day books in one graphic novel, because they could actually fit in one novel if you really think about it.
That's what Wayseeker. That's what I was thinking. I can't remember in my recollection that it'd be on another cover. That's kind of why I hit it up. I originally said first cover. I said first.
Wayseeker, if you're doing research,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask him if he's doing research. Does he mind looking up to see if he can find the comic pack version and see how much it goes for? I'm just curious because I didn't have time to look it up. So I think it goes for $200-$300.
Yeah. What's the back cover? The back cover is Conan. What the hell is it? Conan something is the Conan free comic book day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Conan, whatever the Dark Horse run was. I can't remember this subtitle.
But that's what I'm to buy a book. I have no problem because you're probably right. I was probably going through either a defunct comic book store or backstock someplace, and there was a stack of them because I picked up a stack of Afras too, and I picked up a lot of free comic book day stuff because I do that all the time. Not even for this, but just to give away to kids at Halloween. And then people started collecting that shit. So I said, no more for you kids. Now you get candy, you little brats. So yeah. All right. Baggy G. What did I say about baggy jeans? I don't even know what I say half the time, Big Remo. I'm glad you enjoy it though. All right. So I am not. I was gonna stash this one, but I'm probably slabbing it now, dude. I'm in. Slabbing.
All right.
I'm slabbing too. Thanks, Dom. JJ's throwing it in the garbage can. And what's Jedi doing?
Chucking in the garbage can.
I'll probably stash it. I did. JJ already did the homework. While you guys were talking, I was doing a quick look on eBay. Not a single listing, past or present, any of a graded copy of this that I could find.
No, I couldn't find anything graded.
I'm going to be selling my graded copy.
These are, by the way,
over market.
There may
That's
be some out there.
What I
There
just
may be
heard.
some out there because free comic book day books are hard to look up in the census.
Yeah.
So just so you know, there may be some out there, but I could not find one.
I'll stash it. I mean, until
That's what I like though. Jedi's the guy that in the last 3 books was like, I overpaid for these books above the average. And he's going to stash it. I'm slabbing it now. That's my point, I guess.
Get it
All
out
right,
before, get it slabbed now. Put it out there because once Kenobi hits, and if anything,
any rumor, we'll say that any rumor hits Cody. You're right. If a rumor hits that Cody, this is going to be something they're going to look after. I agree. All right. Next up,
Speaking of rumors.
Speaking of rumors, yeah.
Kanan 12. So, actually, not really rumors anymore. We know the Grand Inquisitor is going to be there. Okay, so
Jedi.
You got Jedi. 287.
What am I doing here? Okay, go ahead.
287 total graded. Giving me a motion sickness here. 287 total graded. 169 9.8s. You're looking at about $96 for a 9.6 average, and which I think was only 2 sales, if I remember right. I could find a 9.6. And then 9.8, you're looking around $220, which has risen lately as far as that goes. And then your average raw price is about $43, which again has risen lately. So I've got the copy for this guy right here.
I answer.
Go for it.
My vid has got a question about the flip books. What you do is when you're filling out your form for CGC, you put it in as the book. Like, so did you say Star Wars Free Comic Book Day? Yeah, and then like, 'cause that's the cover for it, Star Wars Free Comic Book Day, and that's the cover that they'll actually present. They'll say it's a flip book. They'll say / whatever, but it'll say your main thing will be that's the one they'll show. Okay,
because I've actually seen Knights of the Republic, Old Republic Zero is a flip book, and I've seen people grade it on the flip side of that, which is funny.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, but
or you can see both sides, I guess, right?
Yeah, you can still see the other side, but it does have like the band of the holder there, kind of blocking it, or the inner well, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, Kanan 12, really nice copy, sharp corners. There is super small if I remember, and I can't find it. Actually, I think it was on the back cover. Now that I think about it, yeah, it was on back cover around the staple. Bottom staple, which you can't see because I'm not going to take it out, but there's a little bit of color up there, but nothing like, I don't know.
I guess I'd be scared. I guess this is why I'd be scared of grading my books too if I never took them out of the plastic.
Well, I know it's there. I took it out before the show. I'm just not going to bother with it now.
All right. So what do we got here?
So I don't know. Looking at now, I'll be honest. I was totally going to slab this thing. And I actually had it ready to send in a CGC online submission, and I actually pulled it out because I found a 9.8 copy super cheap for like $125 that I just bought. So, full disclosure, I already have a 9.8 copy. So this guy here, which may or may not get to 9.8, the question is what to do with it, because I know we'll get Grand Inquisitor, but also one reason I hesitated so much is because Darth Vader 6 stole all the thunder. So this has become like the book, unfortunately, even though it's not really his first appearance. So, do I wait for this book to continue to kind of try to catch up to that book? Or do I sell it now raw and try to get money? I bought it cheap. I bought it when it came out, actually. So, like, I'm not going to lose money on it. But, so for me, this is probably going to be like a stash. Because one thing I really want to see is whether or not Ray Sloan, who is the other big appearance in this book, comes to live action or fruition or anything else as a character. Because she is a Grand Admiral, and they got to probably put her in there at some point of importance. But
eventually,
any other opinions, Jedi or Dom?
You're saying that? So you say you keep that, you'll stash that one and probably sell your 9.8 if it takes off? Or?
I mean, if it takes off enough, yes. Just because, like, I'll make this the PC one, and I paid low enough price on the 9.8 that I can make probably a profit on that even now. But like, this to me is not really worth slabbing at, a 9.6 price of $96 and I'll get my price out of it, but I already got the 9.8 that I can sell if I really, need cash or want to get rid of it. So
see, and you could always
I don't know.
down there if the book does get hot, the graded one, the 9.8, you could sell that one, get the money, and down the road, if you really want a 9.8 for your personal collection, you could hunt it because the prices will go down eventually, because everything it's the heat of the moment once a character pops up, and then once the show's over with and that particular time goes down, the value goes down, so you can get it levels out at a reasonable price. So keep the raw one in your personal collection and just keep an eye on what the prices are. If Sloane does pop up, I think the book will shoot up a lot more because she is a very important character. And
to me, she's kind of the play out of this book more than the Grand Inquisitor, because we all know the Grand Inquisitor dies at the end of Rebels, So he could be in Kenobi. He may even be in all 6 episodes of Kenobi, but he's probably not going on much after that.
Yeah.
So, but Ray Sloane goes on, at least in the comics and everything, for quite some time.
And she's also in the books too, the novels.
Yeah, in the novels. Yep.
And she's in the video game. She's in the Rogue Squadron. So
yep. She's a very overlooked character that I think could pop at some point.
Yeah. I would hold on to the raw one. Keep the slab one on the side, just in case it does go up. You sell the slab one, make your money. And then eventually, if you find another one for a reasonable price, you pick it up.
Well, you could already sell your slab for money, right? You said you paid about $125, so you could already sell it for.
I paid low. So I got a good deal on it.
Do you think that if the rumors are true that they changed the Grand Inquisitor's face and he turns out to really be as good as he was in the cartoon, that the one thing that's weird, the difference between main Marvel or main comics and Star Wars is bad guys sell. Star Wars bad guys. I mean, it's something for years I was telling people, and they were just like,
"Well, that's what."
Go ahead.
I don't know if you could hear us because you were up, but that's what I was saying. Was I think the main play in this book, the main appearance play, at least long term, is probably Ray Sloane and not Grand Inquisitor.
I just think
it's because Grand Inquisitor we know dies, and
right. Do you think people care? Do you think people know that though?
That it's a double appearance?
No. Do you think people know that the Grand Inquisitor dies?
I don't know, but they'll figure it out. I mean, eventually, I would assume.
Well,
because what can they use him in after Kenobi? It can't be that much stuff because he dies at least in canon. Unless in life,
as the Force Ghost apparition. Get the lightsaber. We don't know how Darth Vader did that. So there's some kind of a mystery how he brought the Inquisitor back. So that could be something down the road.
Yeah, but even then, he's just a ghost tied to a temple. How much you can't make much story out of that.
No. This is the problem though. There's plenty of books that I'm just saying it's kind of like the thing with the market again with the other market that we're I was kind of talking about with the Free Comic Book Day, how the market has changed in buying over the last 2 years since 2000. I'm not sure that because people are going to keep repeating it over. And they'll repeat it as, hey, remember the Grand Inquisitor from the Kenobi show. And if it's good there, it doesn't matter because people won't know. This comic, if you only get the amount of people that read this comic or know about this comic or watched even the cartoon, I don't think Kenobi's going to be a hit. You know what I mean? I think they're expecting more. So, yeah.
Well, they did talk about an Inquisitor series down the road. That there was rumors on that.
Mm-hmm. You're right, Grand Inquisitors.
You
jumped off.
I mean, it's one of those things that it could capture. If it captures the quote unquote imagination of people or whatever you want to call it, then
pumping. Yeah,
I mean, they could definitely do something with it, like they do Knights of Ren down the line.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, if you got the slab, I'd say sell. I'd say after it pops, I probably would sell it. But I don't know if Sloane's going to move the needle that much.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, she's a bad guy, but excuse me. I don't know if Sloane is
Well, I think Sloane is the long-term play, but the sell it now, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on if they even ever use it.
First episode, as soon as they show the Grand Inquisitor live action, it's going to pop again, and you sell.
Well, only I think
if you're going to sell it, I'd sell it by the end of the series. I said, the thing that is the
That's probably I would sell.
upsetting part or whatever is you have another book that kind of stole the thunder out of this one.
Yeah.
So it hasn't gone up as much as I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I'm saying. Like the market's
facts
weird
of
like
life,
that with
right?
taking off. So, all right, yeah. So what do you guys got? Jedi, what did you have? Did you guys get through this one? Move on.
Yeah, we kind of already went through it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Shadows of the Empire 3. The Four Lomans.
Yeah.
Let me see what they got here.
Yeah, so this one is an interesting book that's taken off lately. So 42 total, exactly half of those, 21 or 9.8. Looking at about $80 recorded. I think that was only one sale, if I remember right, but that was the closest I could get as a 9.8, as a 9.6. Has skyrocketed lately. If you go back to a few months ago, nobody cared about this book in a 9.8, which actually dragged the average of this down by about $30 or $40. But yeah, to about $240 in a 9.8 average currently, and $27 in a raw, which is, again, has skyrocketed lately, and known for being the first full appearance, quote unquote, of Forlong.
So I bought this in 2019. No way. I don't know. I bought this book from You Can Figure It Out for not a lot of money. And it was in a pile that I haven't sorted through yet. So
Yep.
It was from someplace called Comics and stuff. That's wow, all the way on the east side. That place, I don't even think that place is open anymore, to be honest with you. Let me see what this is. Thicker stock. It's thicker stock, which is nice. So it should be. Nope, I don't like that though.
Cardstock. There's a cardstock cover on those, right?
It is cardstock, yeah.
Kind of.
No, it is. It's cardstock. Got to get it pushed. There's one push I got to get right here. Inside's good. Nobody's ever read this book before. No, we will not be grading this thing.
Well, show it to us already.
Yeah, we won't be grading this. But for $1.95, and I probably, since it was in a big pile, I bet you I bought it on a bunch of sales. Here, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at it. How do I do this? And do you guys see it? Do you see it?
You go back the other way.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah,
Right
There you go.
Yep.
Right there. Now, this is cardstock, so that can be pressed to a point. It can be pushed, not pressed to a point, but I don't know. See, because you can't even see on the front end. All right, so there it was. Okay. Then these on the back, bad spot. There it is. You got it? You got
I
it?
see it.
Hey.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I see it now.
it's not worth
Yep.
the time. It really isn't worth the time. So maybe I'll find where.
Now that
my
you've dug it out,
purple
are you going
copy
to sell it raw?
No. Well, yeah, I would sell a
You keep
copy
it?
raw. I'll probably actually take the other copy that's better in my personal and slab it, but I'd have to dig it all out. Like I said, I just pulled this off the.
So I'm a sell on this book all the way, and actually I already sold it. That's what I figured out when I went to look for it. I actually sold a set of them a little while ago for how much did I get out? I think I got like 50 or 60 out of it. So there's all 6 books. So I probably didn't even get the average price now for it, but it was the breaks. But yeah, I really don't think
Go ahead. Sorry,
I don't think this book has that much legs personally. But
I'm
9.
gonna sell on this one because I didn't even know. I mean, if you were to ask me, isn't Forlom in Star Wars 42? So again, I thought that was the first appearance, but we got the first full appearance. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'd
I'm
still.
gonna sell on this one.
I'm using
100%.
I'm using what the market terms it as.
Yeah, full means second
But yeah, I'm
appearance.
with you.
Just on this channel, full means second appearance. So I will be. I mean, I would sell it. Yeah, you're right. If Darth says you haven't sorted through a pile in 2019, yeah, like some piles. I don't know if you guys know where that place is from, but wherever that place is from has like comic book sales where you buy like 20 and they give you 5 free or whatever the deal is on it. So that was probably one of the books in that. And I grabbed out the books that I wanted, and I was probably trying to put sets of these together, and it was just an extra one laying around. So yeah, I probably bought in 2019, 2020 and haven't sorted through it yet. Yes. That is the answer. Yes. And I would be selling because whatever. First off, it's not in good shape too. I won't be trying to put the back. Well, wasn't cover number 1 or something? So one of these books started selling for a lot. So
Well, the
That's
first
also
appearance
part
of Prince Sizor.
It was one for
Was it one?
Sizor, yeah.
Yeah, for Sizor. So that's probably why I didn't have it set up in the set anyways either. Because you used to be able to sell them as sets. Anyways, okay.
I did sell mine as a set.
Yeah.
That's how I
That's
sold
what I'm
mine.
Yeah, but he's like, you haven't. Don't buy the stuff because I tell you to buy it. I don't mean just do whatever you want. I don't know. All right.
Do what the opposite of Marcus.
It does look like a flying elbow. Yeah, you might want to do kind of sometimes what I say. It does look like a
the top
flying elbow.
rope,
That's
maybe.
pretty sweet. Do bananas talk to each other? There's something with their enzymes, I believe, left over. But the bananas are going to be different in 20 years. Different type. Okay. It is made of a cheaper paper and harder to get out.
Yes.
Anything else in this book?
Yes, they are worth something. A lot of kids.
Yeah, the answer is yes. But the answer is also it's harder to get
But-
in good condition.
But yeah. Yes,
Mhm.
very hard to get into good condition.
Good condition. Okay. That's the end of
I
that.
usually tell people leave them together. If you
Yeah.
buy it as a thing, don't take it out of the package and expect a super high grade just because it's in packaging, because those things get surprisingly torn and beat to hell
Yeah.
inside those packages.
Yeah, agreed.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, we have got. Do we have anything else? Was that a good segment, guys? I guess you guys like that segment, so we keep doing it. I don't know why.
I hope people liked it.
Books. I hate digging through these boxes.
Again, any suggestions for the future, please leave them in comments. If you have
Underneath.
any
Exactly.
books you want to see or themes you want to see or whatever,
Dom's got a
please
book
leave them in the comments.
next week, so we might do a book of one or maybe a book of two. We'll see.
Mhm.
What else do we have? All right. Next up, we've got trivia. Is that it? Trivia. Look,
Trivia.
Jedi's ready.
I think that's it.
If we don't do trivia, I think that he will. Oh, you took him out. That's not a good idea. ClickFit. You can actually find them.
You never know. You might get lucky.
You know what? You can find
Gamble.
them. That's one thing that at that store, like half price and stuff like that, or what's the one? What is it called? Second and Charles.
Yeah.
Same thing. You can usually find those still out there because people won't. They'll look for the new standard or the regular one. They won't know what it is, and you can easily find those little things. So. One. All right. So you can put one. Start putting one in the chat. We are going to do trivia once again, but start putting one in the chat if you want to play trivia. Trivia is very easy. I don't think has anybody ever got the answers wrong in trivia. I don't think they have. You'll be playing for a thing.
Yeah, I think
One in there.
someone did.
Only in my
One
version.
person, and then we helped them.
The internet can be used. People will help you. Everything else. While speaking of that, let me promo.
Oh, there they are.
We have a brand new segment or a brand new show coming up on Saturday. Make sure you support the boys. We appreciate everybody, by the way, that has supported us. We got up to the numbers as people live viewing you have been really great lately. So thank you very much for that. Glad you like to listen to me ramble about. Apparently, Big Remo says baggy pants, but whatever else I'm talking about. So since you support all that stuff, make sure you're supporting all of Ren Vision, including the new show that's going to show up. Jedi and a Sith come together to discuss Between Two Forces, which is kind of a take, I think, on Between Two Ferns. I've watched some of it. I've previewed it. I was going to do a preview of the video, but it's so good I don't want to give it away. So make sure you turn that into. That is a Jedi Johnson collaboration with our friend Ruben, who you've seen on the show before. He's in the chat all the time. I believe the moderator, correct? Hey, Paul. I had an answer wrong, and you gave me a second shot. We give lots of people second shots. One in fabulous prizes. What time Pacific on Saturday? So if it is
9:05.
Eastern, then it would be 11:05.
6:05.
What, 6:05? Oh, yeah, I went the opposite way.
You said 9:05 Eastern, right?
6:05. Oh, by the way, for those people in the greater New York area, if you're going to a con next weekend, Dom?
Yes, going to Philadelphia to Fan Expo in Philadelphia next weekend, and it should be fun.
And whenever you negotiate stuff, make sure you say,
Exactly. Remember, not a merch.
buy the merch. Oh, yeah, merch store. Oops, not me. Hold on. I did it wrong. God, Pete. Wrestling. All right. There you go. All right. Do you remember also, too, on the tax show, we are reviewing all the Moon Knights. So we'll get into that later. I think we've had enough time for everybody. What's the best steak, Dom? I don't know. Have you been to Philly before?
Yeah, I've been to Philly a couple times. Reading, it's called Reading Market, and they have the best Philly cheesesteak that was on the Travel Channel. It's a provolone pulled pork and broccoli rabe. I will be going there to get that.
Aren't you isn't cheesesteak just cheese and steak?
Yeah, I know, but this is the best cheesesteak in
All right.
Philadelphia.
Peppers, man.
Travel
Peppers.
network.
Somebody call it.
Pepper.
You guys
Yeah,
sure
cheesesteak
nobody else
without peppers.
enjoy this? We have 55, 58 in the chat. Nobody else wants to put a 1 down, huh? All right.
They
All
got
right.
it up there. They start with Ruben.
I'm going. Tell me when. I'm doing the fingers twirl thing. Fingers
And
starting to get
stop.
tired.
Stop.
We can't do Paul again. He just won, didn't he?
I don't know. When did he win, Jedi?
Let's see. Well, we came up with the rules. So, yeah, Paul is not eligible.
All right. What about AOA?
So, sorry, Paul.
AOA is eligible.
AOA is it then? Because
All right.
this was the comment I hit, which is between Paul and AOA. It was I had the wrong answer. You gave me the one. So
AOA is a winner by circumstance.
Yeah, because technically his would be moved up if there was just ones after each other. All right, AOA, you are in the chat. Zaggy, you're too late.
Hey, you got the slides there? I don't see them.
Oh, sorry. Nope, I got to add that in because I had too many things up. Slides. Dude, you can do this, Jedi. You're a producer now of the show.
I don't see them, though. I'm only
There you go.
All right, here we go. AOA, woot. There you go. I won 3 weeks ago. Okay, so next week,
AOA.
Paul.
AOA, pick a number. That number will correspond to a question. And from there, you answer the question. If you answer the question correctly, which you most likely will, you win a prize. Then maybe we'll work out a deal after that. So, AOA, you're still in the chat. Give us a number 1 through 6.
Sausage and biscuits for dinner.
That sounds delicious.
It will do it live. It will do it live.
AOA picks 4.
No, 6 for order 66.
No, 6.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I look at Wookie. You're right. So he picked your sheet.
You're going,
Pick 6. Okay, 6. Who retrieved? I can't close up this. I'm not Pete. So.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just read it. We're looking at questions.
He doesn't have Pete's skills.
Yeah, I can't do it. Can I?
Who retrieved C-3PO's head in the Battle of Geonosis?
Yeah. So was it A, Anakin, B, R2D2, C, Chewbacca, D, a clone trooper? You can use the chat. You can Google it. You can listen to the fellows on the panel.
My advice.
This was after the first time he got the head knocked off, and he got put on a
battle droid.
Yeah, because I think it. Yeah.
Everybody in chat
retrieved it after the battle.
Everybody in chat saying B. Everybody, Marv decided to say R5D4. Which,
he's got a bad motivator.
Yeah, I think it's R2D2, guys.
AOA, what do you think?
AOA, just put B in AOA. It's B. It's B AOA. All right, B. Everybody saying B. AOA. Put just all you gotta do.
AOA to say B.
Use the first one for every other thing. Now
everybody,
they're Googling it. That's what they're doing.
Maybe.
Sorry. Oh, Jesus. All right. B. Oh, he said BR.
There it is.
BR. Close enough.
Oh, I got it. Everybody got it. Everybody got it.
I'm afraid we can't accept BR. No.
It was B. All right. So we're going to do this one more time.
Now, time for the deal. Keep your pride.
Okay. Gamble.
Gamble. Gamble. Gamble. Gamble. Gamble. Gamble.
AOA. You won Luke and Yoda applause figure. It's not really an action figure. It's a figure complete with tag. Prince Zizor.
I don't know if HD
by applause figure complete with tag. Or
Gamble.
We're like worse than casinos.
Gamble. Brisket. Brisket. Brisket.
Oh, where's the
Gamble?
3. Pick 3.
Hold on, I'll bring it back up.
Back up.
What did you do to my?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so you can keep that, and I will get it in.
Hey, it's a gamble. Risk it all.
All right, so if you're gonna gamble,
peer pressure.
Pick one of these envelopes. If you don't want the figures, pick one of these envelopes.
Pick 3.
Which one's the one that everybody always picks? Everybody picks 2, and it's always garbage, isn't it?
Pick 3.
Who looks fatter than 1 and 3? But they're all paper. All right, what number are you gonna pick? Alberta Crew, good to see you, my man.
I'm getting
How
tired of
much more
doing
Star Trek does Jedi?
How much more Star Trek did I have?
He said 3.
Next number.
Right there,
Oh,
you
he
already
said
said it.
already. All right, a lot of stuff came in.
3.
Darth,
All
did you
right,
get
so
the
we
box?
got 3.
All right, let's see what it is. Please. The last 2 have been junk.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good. How much Star Trek could I have? Only a good clank. The only good clanker is a deactivated clanker.
Oh,
That's
not
so nice.
bad.
Ooh. Black Series.
Oh.
Score.
Hey, there you go. That's kind of
like it.
Clone Commander Wolf, Black Series.
Nobody
Packaging
likes
and-
clones, not that are named Rex.
I know.
The package is in pretty good shape. Never been opened that I know of. A little bulge right there, but other than that, congratulations. You chose well.
Congratulations.
Now, ordinarily, this is where I would say that I would have it in the mail this week, but since I'm going to be out of town, you may have to wait till next week for me to drop this in the mail, but it is coming your way, AOA.
Okay, AOA, you have to send something out to Jedi
Yes.
Johnson 22 on the IG, or you can send something to. You're welcome, because you need to communicate with somebody where to send it. So you either need
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Or at
Me or
Renovision.
to Pete.
or not that. Don't
Oh,
send
yeah.
it there. Oh, you could, but don't get mad if I don't check. I mean, I check it, but sometimes not that good with those.
You can send it there, but Marco will check it in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably. And
Yeah.
Renovision, you can send it to Renovision. He checks a lot more than I do. I get to everybody in IG eventually. It's confusing because they do there's a primary and a sub primary and I don't. If somebody sends me a message, it's usually okay, and if not, I just block it because it's somebody trying to solicit favors, if you know what I mean. All right, we survived without Pete, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Rough start, but yeah, we did it.
We did it, though. We did it. I want to thank everybody out there. AOA, make sure you send out to one of us to get the information there. Thank you for everybody that was in the live chat today. Thank you for everybody that's watching in replay. We really do appreciate it. We will do another show next week. Obi is coming up by the end of is it the end of next month?
Yep, 27.
I'd like to get into something else next week instead of maybe we'll transition away from the TV shows into something different. So feel free to give us suggestions maybe for where is Pete in Delaware?
I'm in
The
Delaware.
greatest place to vacate. I got so many messages about how nice it is in Delaware after that show. I don't have anything against Delaware. I don't think I've ever been there before, but come on, it's Delaware. Jeffrey, thank you, Jeffrey Drake. Shameless plug next week is my spring break, whatnot. I know we got a lot of spring breaks going on.
Hit up
But,
Sticks Auctions. Really
Sticks-
good stuff.
Support that, and then make sure. I think we're gonna try to play. Maybe we'll play games. Everybody's got a break. Maybe we'll play games on the old Twitch. Either way, make sure you check it out. The rest of the stuff, and there's a premiere Saturday. Wednesday we will be covering the regular stuff. What's the show that Pete's doing? Is it Dollar Bin? Has been booming lately. So thank you for that.
Hidden Gems on
Gems.
Mondays. I think.
Gems.
Dollar Bins.
Ghosts.
Man, they've all been
Thursdays.
hitting.
No
Yep.
sales tax.
All
in
been
Delaware
great content.
unless you sell your books. Ah, very good. Wait, the Russians didn't.
Mm,
Ah,
you may be onto something.
There you go.
Spring break 2000. No, I would be 40 at that point. That's just 2004. Mhm. All right, games on Twitch. I think we need to do that. I really do. Thank you, everybody. Anybody else want to plug anything? Say hi, Dom, at Con in Philly. Jedi, have a safe trip. We're gonna. Jedi's still gonna make it by Sunday, hopefully. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna
And,
come when I come back on Sunday. I'll be back Sunday evening before you guys. So I'll be here.
Cool.
maybe we'll have a untack the week after, and you can do a con report. That'd be nice.
Ah, cool.
All right. See y'all later. How do we get out of here? I usually have Pete do this, right? Doesn't Pete usually take us out of here? Okay.